Welcome into Harwich. And at Whitehouse Field, the host Harwich Mariners welcome in the Falmouth Commodores tonight for a little Tuesday night baseball. And the Mariners look to be the second team in the Cape Cod Baseball League to the 10-win mark. We welcome you into the Whitehouse Field press box up here. I'm Luke Brenneman with Milo Hoffman. Thrilled to have you with us tonight. And Milo, it doesn't mean too much for the sake of maybe the playoffs right now or anything else, but maybe to feel good about being the second team to 10 wins.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about the first team and the YD Red Sox. They have proven to be the best team in the Cape so far this summer. It's about who's going to be the next best team so far until one team catches them. And the Harwich Mariners have a chance to get to that 10-win mark. Of course, still have aspirations to go a whole lot higher on that total, but 10 wins is a good threshold to get this early on in the season.
It's a two-game homestand for the Mariners. Harwich beat Wareham right here at Whitehouse Field last night. They look to make it two in a row now, and they throw out for the first time this summer a new starter in town, the right-hander Cooper Walls out of Florida.
Yeah, Cooper Walls, like you just said, out of Florida, transferred from Hawaii to Florida after his freshman year when he won the Big West Freshman of the Year on the mound. In this past year at Florida, did struggle a little bit, was a weekend starter for them, mainly started on Sundays, and now he's taking his talents to Georgia. So a player who has a lot of experience at a whole lot of different places trying to make an impact here in Harwich.
So we know how college sports is now. The transfer portal is the Wild West, guys in and out. But that's also the reality of summer here on Cape Cod. Pitchers have innings limits. Guys are in and out. Some guys just want to go take a break before fall ball starts collegiately. Which of the new guys in Harwich has really stuck out to you from a batter's box perspective?
I think the Mariners have done a great job of bringing in bats who are going to make impact here in Harwich. There's been a couple. Nate Castellone is someone that I have my eye on. He's starting at second base today for the first time, normally a shortstop who plays at Cal Poly. And then Jackson Hotchkiss, who played this past season at the University of Washington, hit 20 home runs there, one of three players to ever hit 20 home runs with the Huskies. He's been really good so far for the Mariners. He'll be a big bat again today. And he's been just dominant in the righty box.
The Falmouth Commodores, they're in town 6-7 for record, so they're teetering right around 500. What's really going to be the answer to see if the Mariners can get a win tonight?
Now, the Commodores swing and miss more than anyone here on the Cape. They strike out a ton. So if the Mariners pound the strike zone, they should have a bunch of success against the Commodores. You can't give them any free passes because then that's giving them more opportunities to come up with a big swing. They have some power in their lineup today.
Well, for more on a pregame stud from yesterday, our sideline reporter Lily Reisenweber caught up with Cade Curlin after batting practice.
Night two here at Whitehouse Field. I'm here with Cade Curlin. Cade, you joined the home run club last night with a three-run home run. Walk me through that moment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, besides the fact that it was runners on second and third, less than 2 outs, so I'm trying to do damage. It was my former teammate on the mound, so obviously you kind of want to win the bragging rights there, and so I got the best of him, so it was awesome.
And you're back here for your second season with Harwich, but you skipped last season. What did that time off look like?
Yeah, so I was out with a shoulder injury, so it was I was back in Tampa, where I'm from, and just doing rehab and stuff and getting ready for the next season.
And how are you feeling being back here?
So awesome. I wasn't planning on coming back up here, and Stevie called me like 2 weeks ago and was like, Cater, get up here, and I literally left the next morning and drove up here, and so I'm so pumped to be back.
That's awesome. And you just committed to LSU. Is that excitement carrying through to that decision too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, LSU is like the powerhouse of college baseball, right? Baton Rouge, like for my fifth year, I'm so excited.
Well, good luck today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to hear from Cade Curlin, one of the newer Mariners, now making his fifth start of the summer tonight. He had that three-run homer last night. But all eyes turn to the Commodores and Whitehouse Field. First pitch coming up in just minutes from now. We'll be right back after this short break. Lineups, first pitch, and a whole game of action coming up next on Cape League TV. Back here, still waiting on first pitch. And before we get things going, let's take a look at how the Commodores and the Mariners stack up. First, we'll look at the pitching stats. Falmouth comes in with the 8th-ranked ERA on the Cape, a 4.62. Harwich not much better, teetering around that line of 4. When you can get under, you become elite. Some of these top teams are still sporting ERAs sub-3, sub-2.5 for YD. But the biggest thing that sticks out is the Commodores, they don't really strike you out too often. Same with the Mariners. And that average against, 251. Harwich has the second best batting average on Cape Cod. I think the Mariners should be looking to put the ball in play today.
Yeah, I mean, 251 is pretty high. It's the 9th highest here for the Commodores. But the Mariners not too far behind at 8th at 242. So teams are getting hits off of these two pitching staffs. It's going to be a battle of who can limit those hits. Obviously, we talked about it before on the pregame show. The Commodores swinging this more than anyone, so that batting average may be a little bit lower against the Mariners tonight.
Good sign for Harwich. The pitching staff has been atop the Cape. You can see tied for second. They limit the free passes. Falmouth does as well. So if this tells you anything, guys could be able to put the ball in play today. Let's look at some offensive statistics from both of these squads. And Milo mentioned the one that stands out the most. Falmouth has struck out a whopping 149 times tonight. We'll see if the Harwich starter Cooper Walls can generate some swing and miss.
Yeah, I mean, they just go down swinging a whole bunch. Not the most patient team at the plate. They have hit 6 home runs. That's tied for 6th best in the Cape League this season, but the Mariners have hit 9 of those, have the best OPS, which is on base plus slugging at 722, and then, like we said, 243 batting average. That's 3rd in the Cape so far this season.
Looking for some fireworks tonight in Harwich. We're going to step aside for the national anthem, but when we come back, it's Falmouth and Harwich. First pitch coming up next on Cape League TV. About that first pitch from our guy Wyatt down there at Whitehouse Field. So approaching the first official pitch, but crowd loving him. Look at all the USA gear. How about those shorts?
Yeah, look at that.
You need some of those for the 4th of July, Milo.
Yeah, I do. Might have to go shopping. Take some tips from Wyatt.
As the Mariners starting defense warms up along with the right-hander Cooper Walls, we can take a look at the Commodores lineup tonight. Field manager Jack Dom in his first season with the Commodores turns to Ty Konis, the second baseman out of Louisville, to lead things up. Fabio Peralta, the center fielder out of UMiami. Batting third, Jimmy Nugent, the DH from Louisville. 4, 5, and 6 goes like this. Ryder Woodson, the shortstop out of Mississippi State. Braden Jeffries making his Cape League debut, the third baseman out of Michigan. And Riley Jackson, the new Kentucky transfer, playing first. Batting seventh, Dallas Brooks, the catcher out of UCF. Ben Slanker batting eighth, the right fielder out of Louisville. And batting ninth, Pearson Reebok, the left fielder from Baylor. Who sticks out to you in this lineup, Milo?
I think, it was highlighted there. Jimmy Nugent coming in, a 278 hitter, 2 home runs, which leads the team here for the Falmouth Commodores, and he's been very solid all summer long. 6 RBIs, 5 walks, someone who plays at Louisville and just a real big presence in the box for Falmouth. And he'll be someone that Cooper Walls and the entire Mariner defense has to keep an eye on tonight.
Cooper Walls, first time we've seen the 6'5 right-hander out of San Diego, California in the summer of 2026. Cooper Walls was the freshman of the year in the Big West Conference in 2025 at Hawaii. And there's numbers after a year with the Florida Gators. 37 innings pitched, a 7.17 ERA. He was their Sunday starter in Gainesville. Had a 329 batting average against. Didn't get beat up too much with extra base hits. Kind of just worked out of trouble all summer, but kept his spot as a weekend starter.
Yeah, he was a Sunday guy for the Gators this past year. Like you see, the ERA a little bit high, but yeah, I mean, he has excellent stuff. The 2025 Big West Freshman of the Year, you don't just stumble upon winning that award. So, I mean, a guy who is bringing in a ton of experience for this Mariners squad, and someone who I'm really excited to watch. The Mariners have lost down a few pitchers these past couple of days. A few guys leaving due to pitch limit. Jason Krieger is out. He pitched an absolute gem yesterday against Wareham for the M's. So there's a couple slots that are open, and Cooper Walls has a chance to fill in nicely for Steve Englert's squad.
Just 2 weeks ago, Walls committed to Georgia, so he's headed to his third school in that many seasons of college baseball. But we're here on Cape Cod, just about set for a first pitch. It'll be Thomas Augusta, the home plate umpire, Mike Hinosa at first, and Carl Rodriguez manning the third base bag. Leadoff man Ty Konis out of Texas Tech digs in. And here we go. Harwich looking to become another 10-win team on Cape Cod and win their second in a row. First pitch. Swing and a chopper foul, 0-1. First pitch comes at 6:34. 72 degrees tonight, a little bit of wind kicking out towards left center field. And just another gorgeous night for baseball here on Cape Cod. Walls comes home with the 0-1. Wave and a miss. Back-to-back fastballs to start off Konis. Walls ahead 0-2.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what I would have expected here from Konis. Falmouth Commodores swung and miss more than anyone.
2-strike pitch. That's down and away, 1-2. So the mix tonight for the righty Walls is fastball, slider, changeup. He's primarily fastball, slider. Fastball 40% of the time, slider 40% of the time. But he'll fire in that changeup. That was a slider. Appeal down to first. Mike Hinosa says no go. And the count's even on the second baseman, Konis. I'm Luke Brenneman with Milo Hoffman. This is game 15 of Mariner baseball on TV. 2-2. Chopped into the foot of Konis. We'll see another. Ty Konis is not your typical leadoff hitter. And you look at the numbers, he leads this team by 4 runs batted in as the leader with 11 RBIs. So he's gotten guys in. Lineup jumps around. We talked to Jack Dahm, the field manager for the Commodores, before this one got going. He said, I just want ball players, guys who are happy to be here. I don't need the SEC Player of the Year. I don't need the Bombers. 2-2, Konis just caught a piece.
I mean, you could just see Konis in the box right now. He does not get cheated. Someone who's going to go full in on a swing and try and make contact. I mean, credit to him, his batting average at 234, so solid there. But, I mean, he has the power, and, yeah, you're spot on. Not a typical leadoff man.
2-strike pitch. Chopped into the plate. This is a good at-bat. This is a leadoff man type of at-bat right here. Making Walls work. First time that the Cape League has seen the righty Cooper Walls. He's towering out there on the hill. 6'5". Still rocking the Florida Gator cleats. He's going to have to switch that up as he's a new Bulldog. 2-2. Swing and a miss. That was the slider. 1 up, 1 down on the punch-out. Konis down on strikes, and here comes Fabio Peralta.
Yeah, nice stuff from Cooper Walls. Way to battle up there on the mound. Konis gave it all he had in that leadoff at-bat, but Walls just kept powering pitches inside the strike zone. You have to command the ball well tonight against Falmouth, so a good start for Walls.
Here's the lefty Peralta out of the University of Miami. Outfielder, played in 51 games for the Hurricanes. Swings and misses at a nasty first pitch backdoor slider, 0-1. So far on the Cape, Peralta's had a nice summer, hitting .286 for average. 1 extra base hit was a double, and he's knocked in a pair. Walls working quick. 0-1's a little bit high, and the count's even. At the U, Peralta hit .289 for average. Stole 11 bases in 12 attempts. A speed guy atop of the lineup, an everyday outfielder for the Canes. 1-1. Ground ball right side. That trickles foul. And Walls in another 2-strike count.
Yeah, I think that something so far impressive from Cooper Walls, he seems very calm and composed on the mound. I like his windup, too. It's like nice and easy. He steps back a little bit, severely standing on the first base side of the rubber.
2-strike pitch. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks to start the Cape League career of Cooper Walls. And the California kid is showing off coast to coast, 2 up, 2 down on the punch-out.
Yeah, if you read the scouting report or tuned into our pregame show, you would know that Falmouth strikes out more than anyone now. 151 strikeouts at the plate for the Commodores this season. That's by far the most in the Cape. And right on brand here, 2 batters in.
Jack Dom said they're still getting used to the wooden bats. Jimmy Dungent, the DH out of Louisville, takes strike 1 down the middle. Nugent has been the best power bat for the Commodores. Leads this team with 7 extra base hits, 2 of which have been homers. 0-1. That's right there down the middle, 0-2. Two out, nobody on, just getting things going between the Commodores and the Mariners. Here's the 0-2. Did he go? Absolutely. Walls strikes out the side in the top of the first. The Mariners are off and running, and the defense is still well charged. 3 up, 3 down on 3 consecutive strikeouts. We'll be right back on Cape League TV.
NCAA and the Massachusetts Education.
Mariners due up in the bottom of the first, after scoreless top of the first from the righty Cooper Walls. Welcome you back in to Whitehouse Field. Let's take a look at the Mariners starting lineup tonight. The Mariners kick things off with Colin Larson batting first and playing right. He's been the best leadoff man on Cape Cod. Batting second, playing second, Nate Castellone. Batting third, the DH Cade Kurland. 4, 5, and 6 goes like this. Jackson Hotchkiss in left, Ty Smolinski at short. Smolinski's homer last night puts him as the RBI, home run, and doubles king of this baseball team. Then Peltier at third, Sean James batting seventh, the catcher, and O'Leary at first with Garrity in center round out the Mariners lineup.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Smolinski yesterday move down in the lineup. Normally a 2 or 3 guy in the Mariners lineup, but moved to the 5th spot yesterday, and it definitely panned out well for the Kansas State product. He went 2 for 3, like Luke was talking about, a homer and a double. So good to see Ty back after going through a bit of a slump. He came into the evening yesterday, just 0 for his last 8. So looks like he's got it going again at the plate.
It'll be the righty for the Commodores, Jake Michalak out of Ohio State. He's a rising senior. Pitched 20 times for the Buckeyes, 44 innings pitched, a 4.5 ERA at Ohio State. You see his numbers there on Cape Cod. He's pitched a good amount. He started 1 game. He went into the 4th inning of a no-hit bid in that start. So he's been better as a starter in a small sample here for the Commodores. Here's Colin Larson. Right on left matchup to get things going. Larson hitting a whopping .357 for average. Ball 1 up high. Leads this team with 11 runs scored. Let's say when you can get a leadoff guy who hits over .350, he's stolen 8 bases, and you just throw in that he's put 2 over the fence and knocked in 7. That helps as well.
Yeah, Colin Larson is so strong for his stature in the box, and it seems like he kind of just twerks his upper half when he goes and unleashes a swing, and it's so powerful despite not being the biggest guy.
2-0. That's a strike. Michalak is primarily sinker slider, one of those old school arms. Manager for the Doors, Jack Dom, said, I think he's going to get a real chance at professional baseball. He's got good sinker-slider combination. 2-1, laced out to right center field. Slanker was cheated over there, but he can't get to this one. It hits directly off the wall. Larson full sprint. He's going around second. Here comes the throw to third. It's a good one, and Larson is out. Slankering right to the cutoff man, Konis. And the Commodores wipe away a leadoff double because Larson could smell 3.
Yeah, I mean, Colin Larson just absolutely no hesitation when he was rounding second base, just a barrel deep to right center field. No chance. That one almost got out there to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark and then just keeps steaming around the base. Credit to the Falmouth Commodores. They were a nice relay.
Really good relay. Jeffries laid the tag down. And that's allowed out number 1. Here's Nate Castellon playing second base for the first time all summer. We've seen him in 3 starts now at the shortstop position. Gets ahead 1-0. Pitch. This one's cracked up the middle. A base hit for Castellon. Makes you wonder. If Larson would have just put on the brakes at second, that scores Larson with his speed. But Castellon takes first with 1 out and sets up Cade Kurland on back-to-back Mariner hits to get this ball game going.
Yeah, those make you scratch your head just a little bit, wondering, you know, what the decision was behind there. Mariners do not have a triple this year. Maybe Larson wanted to get the M's on the board, one of 4 teams heading into the evening without a triple this season. But nice piece of hitting from Castellon again.
Brings up Kurland. Lily Reisenweber checked in with him pregame. He's back in Harwich after being here in 2024. Took a summer off last year. First offering. Up and away, 1-0. Michalak is not, a true starter. Came out of the pen 20 times for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten. Did not start a game in those 20 appearances. Struck out 46 in 44 innings pitched, but walked 26. Kurland checked his swing. Appeal. Went around. Kurland looks like he kind of knows it down there, too. 1-1.
Yeah, it could be a draft guy. Michalak talking to Jack Dom, the manager of the Commodores, before this game. Has really electric stuff on the hill.
Strikeouts haven't really been there on Cape Cod. Just 3 Ks in 4 2/3. 1-1, fought off foul. He gets ahead of Kurland 1-2, but the walks have. He's walked 6 hitters in those 4 2/3 innings of action. Mariners, as many of you well know, lead the league with 76 base on balls as an offense and lead the league with 53 stolen bases. 1-2, down and away, evens the count. Falmouth comes into this one nothing more than a team right around 500. 6-7-1 for record. They're 2-3 in their last 5 games. Mariners have been similar, 3-2 in Harwich's last 5. Check on the runner over there at first, but you look back to the way Harwich started this summer. They fell on opening day to what we didn't know at the time was the most dominant team in the league, YD, just have 1 loss. Then they ripped out 5 in a row, and now we sit at 9-5. Here in the bottom of the first, no score, 1 on with 1 out between Falmouth. 2-2, jam shot, caught out of the air by the first baseman Jackson, but Castellon looked like he had some trouble getting back to the bag, makes it in time.
Yeah, that was a weird piece of contact off the bat of Kurland. Jammed him, and a little looper over to first base, and Jackson caught it and then looked at Castellon, who was way off the bag, kind of stumbled out of the gate, quickly realized, oh no, got back in time.
94-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands. That ate Kurland up. Here's Hotchkiss. Big Ten on Big Ten action here. Hotchkiss played this year at Washington. First pitch called a strike at the knees. Michalak fires that fastball in. Radar gun here saying 96 miles an hour. Castellón off of first, one of the only Mariners who hasn't stolen a base this summer. Bouncing ball up the middle, that squeaks through. And the third hit of the first inning for the M's put runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, just putting the ball right back where it came from. Back-to-back seeing eye singles. Castellón, now Hotchkiss. I find it so interesting that this Mariners lineup and how it's constructed. The first 3 batters here in the M's lineup combined for 17 home runs this past collegiate season. Then you have Hotchkiss, who hit 20 home runs himself, but it's not power guys at the top of the Mariner lineup, at least if you go by their last collegiate seasons. But they're all contact guys, and they all put together really good at-bats. And now you have Ty Smolinski, who's been the best power guy for the Mariners this season.
First pitch, it plunks him. And the bases are loaded for the M's. Smolinski looks to be okay. He scurries down to first base. And a real chance here to get to the Commodores early on in the bottom of the first inning. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. And a good chance for a Mariner who's been in a little bit of a slump, J.P. Peltier, to bring a few in.
Smolinski, that's his 4th time getting hit this season. That's the most on the team.
Feels like he leads this team in every stat.
Don't know if he wants to lead the team in that stat, but we get ice in the dugout.
Here's Peltier, right on right. First pitch, cracked into right center field. That finds a gap, a base hit. Castellón is in, Hotchkiss is in, and Smolinski goes first to third. A 4-hit Harwich first inning, and it's 2-0 Ners.
Wow. The bats are bopping tonight for the Mariners. J.P. Peltier will take that happily. Like Luke said, struggling these past couple games, 2 for his last 20, but now that all goes out the back door, a little 2 RBI single. And that's nice to see from a guy who, when he's on base, he's the best stealing guy in the league. Just a big-time bat for this Mariners team.
Peltier is the best Mariner with runners on base. He now has 9 runs batted in. That leads Harwich with a pair here in the bottom of the first. Runners at the corners. Here's Sean James, the catcher. 2 down. Peltier goes from first. This one's pushed the other way. Smolinski scores. Peltier's already at third, and it's 3-0 Harwich. Peltier got a first pitch. James takes the first pitch. And, man, after talking to the manager for Falmouth, Jack Dahm, about Michalak's stuff, he said he really only struggles when he doesn't have command. And tonight, it's just good on good, and the Mariners are finding base hits.
Yeah. And Peltier, a little looping ball off the end of the bat. This a little pusher down the right side of the infield. Just taking the ball where it's pitched to you and going with it.
James picks up his 2nd RBI of the summer, and he passes the baton to Sean O'Leary with 2 outs. O'Leary swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. This is a 5-hit first inning for the M's. And the first hit of the inning was gunned down. Larson trying to stretch a double into a triple. Could be more. 3-0 for now. Michalak from the stretch. Upstairs, 1-1. Harwich coming into tonight, 84 runs scored as a team. That's good for number 2 in the Cape. Just 3 runs behind the league-leading Whitey Red Sox. 3-run first inning. Could say we've already caught him. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. No appeal. Pitch was outside, ball 2. Talked about Peltier and his success with his 2 RBI single in this inning. Sean O'Leary, who's up right now, he's been one of the better 2-out bats with runners on for the M's all summer. Has 4 runs batted in. 2-1. Clips the inside corner, 2-2. Falmouth lost last night 6-2 against Hyannis. They were in a 5-run hole early on in the game. Tonight looks to be more of the same. 2-2. Other way, it gets past the dive of Jeffries. Another RBI hit. This time it's Sean O'Leary, and it's a 2-bagger for the first baseman out of UMass. Castellón over to third base. Peltier scores. It's now 4-0 Harwich.
I mean, these hits haven't been the hardest off the bat. This one, a poker down the left field line, past Jeffrey's glove. If he came up with that, it would have been a really tough play either way. But A nice piece of hitting from O'Leary, and the Mariners have come to play tonight.
UMass Lowell product continues to be a really solid 2-out bat with runners on. He's off a second. Sean James gets to third. And the pitching coach, Paul Evans, is going to have a word with his starter. That's now 4 runs, 6 hits for the Mariners. It's just the bottom of the first inning. I think the Mariners must have heard us talking about how much they walk and get free passes. They said, why don't we just do it with our bats tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this game has gone, if you look at the numbers before tonight's ball game, it's gone exactly how you would have expected it. Mariners have a .243 team batting average this season. That's 3rd best in the Cape, so very good. And then Falmouth, who struck out 3 times in the top half of the first inning, came in with 149 strikeouts, the most in the Cape. So these two teams are playing their respective brands of baseball in the early going.
Not a lot of loud contact. It was a double from Larson, single from Castellón, single from Hotchkiss. Smolinski was hit by a pitch. Peltier and James singled, and then O'Leary just doubled. Now it's the 9-hole hitter, Ryan Garrity, 2 in scoring position. Up and in, look out. Garrity takes ball 1. Mark Tebow over there, the Mariners' third base coach, has been busy. That arm may fall off if they keep going like this tonight. The windmill has been all over the place. Garrity, center fielder out of Northeastern. A 1-0. Down and in. Slider. First base is open, but Colin Larson, who already doubled in this inning, is looming on deck. That's just off the outside edge. Now 3 consecutive pitches that miss the strike zone. Garrity up 3-0.
It's odd that the Mariners have scored 4 runs now, 6 hits, and they haven't walked once. The team that walks the most in the Cape has really been putting the ball in play.
Garrity leads this team with 10 base on balls. Is he swinging here? 3-0. Takes the get-me-over fastball at the top of the zone. It's now 3-1. 4-0 Harwich, the opening inning at Whitehouse Field. O'Leary at second, James at third. Mariners looking for more with 2 down. Here's the 3-1. Garrity foul tips it into the mid of Brooks, and the count goes full.
This would be a real backbreaker for Falmouth. A single right here probably scores 2 runs. 4-0 is a crooked number, but it's not the end of the world. 6 runs is a whole lot different. Big pitch here in the early going.
It's the highest scoring opening inning for the Mariners this summer. Payoff pitch, downstairs, ball 4. Garrity draws a walk. The bases are juiced, and that walk is our first free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free every program. No tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. And the man who kicked off this inning is now up again. 4-0 Harwich. Bases juiced, 2 out. And it's Colin Larson's turn again. Michalak comes home. Pass ball upstairs, ball 1. Garrity adds on to now his 11th walk of the summer. It's just the first walk of the inning for Michalak. His next pitch will be his 30th pitch of the first inning. Here's the 1-0. Skied towards left field. It takes Reebok back. He has some room over there, and he makes the play. A first inning that felt like it would never end finally comes to a close. The Mariners score 4 runs on 6 hits and take control of this one early. We'll be right back for the second inning on Cape League TV. It's the start of the second. The Mariners lead 4-0. Second inning is brought to you by Milton Cat. Proud to power the Cape all summer long. Milton Cat. 6-hit, 4-run, bottom of the first for the Mariners, and I'd say that's home cooking, but it's also a good sign. Maybe taking some pressure off the new starter making his debut here for the M's, Cooper Walls. I mean, heck, he struck out the side in the first inning, too.
I was going to say, yeah, taking pressure off. I don't think he felt much pressure in the top of the first inning. 3 strikeouts to his name already in a Mariner uniform, so trying to keep it going against the Falmouth Commodores, but what a bottom of the first for the Mariners. I mean, talk about domination. 6 hits, 4 runs. Offense came to play.
Falmouth has their hands full. Got a starter out there, Walls, who's 3 up, 3 down with 3 Ks and also in a 4-0 hole. 4, 5, and 6. Here's the shortstop out of Mississippi State, Ryder Woodson. Woodson is off to a hot start this summer. He's 6 for his first 19. First pitch breaking ball, misses in, 1-0. Inside with the fastball, 2-0. Woodson coming off a season at Mississippi State. It was his sophomore year. He had 272 for average, 15 doubles, 9 long balls. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Knocked in 41 as well. Yesterday he was a bright spot in this quiet Falmouth offense against Hyannis. Was 2 for 4. Had an extra base hit in 2 of his first 4 games this summer. 2-1, skied towards right center field. Garrity on the chase. Larson lets him have it, and it's the first out of the second.
That was another little funny situation with Ryder Woodson, Mississippi State guy, hitting in front of his teammate, Sean James, the Mariner catcher. I wonder if they ever talk to each other there. Like, you know, think James is talking mid-at-bat because he knows the guy? Who knows?
Here's Braden Jeffries. Started this summer in the Northwoods League. Now he's a Cape Leaguer. This is his debut tonight. Takes a first pitch, slider, called a strike. Jeffries had a mammoth season at Michigan in the Big Ten. Was second on the Wolverines team in average and runs batted in. Only Colby Turner was better. Turner was a top 5 hitter in the Big Ten. Jeffries quickly down 0-2 on the starter Walls. At school, he hit .355, 5 homers, 43 runs batted in. And the Commodores are looking for a power bat here. Hitting in the middle of the lineup tonight, playing third base. He's also a base stealer. Kind of a guy with all the tools. We saw him hit BP today, kind of getting acclimated to his new team. Got to be unique. 2-strike pitch. Push the other way, down the left field line. That's a base hit. Hotchkiss is on it quickly. And Jeffries is going to be content with a 1-out single here in the second. It's a good start to your Cape League career.
And going with the pitch really nicely there. Putting your bat out there down the left field line. A contact guy, we already read out the numbers, .355 batting average this past season with the Wolverines. And that swing right there, that'll get you a batting average up near the mid-350s.
Here's the first baseman, Riley Jackson. Still early in this one. Harwich up 4-0. Falmouth trying to get some of it back here in the top of the second. Jackson, first pitch swinging, 0-1. Riley Jackson was at the University of Houston this year, but heading into his senior season, he's following the Mariners' third baseman, J.P. Peltier, a transfer to Kentucky. Peltier transferred from Wright State, now 1-1. At Houston, the catcher hit .269, 29 ribbies, 9 homers. He's hitting .237 on the Cape so far, 1 extra base hit, 3 runs batted in. Walls working for the stretch. And the first time tonight, 1-1. That's inside. Now 2-1. Let's take a look at the Mariner defense tonight. Slight change for the Ners. The outfield pretty similar, Hotchkiss, Garrity, and Larson, but Smolinski playing short tonight. The first look that we're seeing Nate Castellone at second base this summer. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, evens the count.
I think the most important thing for Walls is command the strike zone. He did it so well in that first. A little bit different here in the second. The at-bat quality has gone up for the Commodores. But you see, if you put in the zone, there's a good chance they're going to swing and miss.
2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. A nice block from James. Now the count's full. Solid crowd here tonight in Harwich. You know it's a good crowd when there's a lot of people sitting in the outfield. And down the left field line, they must be hungry for homers because there's 50, maybe 100 people out there with their beach chairs. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Falmouth trying to get something going. A single from Jeffries, now the walk from Jackson. And there's first and second with just one out for the catcher, Dallas Brooks.
Everyone saw Colin Larson's make that Kate Curlin's homer yesterday out to left field. And they said they want to get that ball, too. Maybe another one tonight.
Something that the Mariners starter, Cooper Walls, did very well in the SEC at Florida this year. Only issued 12 walks in over 37 innings of action. That was his first free pass of the night. Now first and second with one out. Brooks, the lefty, takes down low, ball 1. We've seen Harwich get blitzkrieged early in the game.
Yeah.
Fell behind Katuitt right here at Whitehouse Field. A couple games ago, ended up scoring 11 unanswered to come back and win. Harwich was down 5-0 in that game. But I don't know if we've seen the Mariners really get out to a red-hot start like this offensively. Now 1-1 on Brooks.
I mean, against the Commodores, a 13-0 win in 8 innings.
Right, but 7 runs came in the 7th inning of that one.
Yeah.
1-1 now on Brooks. The pitch. That clips the corner. Now 1-2. So that was the first look at the changeup tonight from Walls. Primarily going to throw that to left-handed hitters. Brooks being one of them. Takes strike 2. Riley Jackson at first. Braden Jeffries in scoring position off a second. The 2-strike pitch. Tapped foul.
Commodores came into the evening hitting .227 with runners in scoring position. That's 6th best in the Cape. A chance right here to bring home 1 run. If you're Falmouth, if you bring home this run, you're back in this ball game. You feel yourself with some life.
Double play ball for Harwich could suffocate it. 1-2, that's low. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you talk to anyone, whether it's Jack Dahm, the skipper, the Falmouth writers and broadcasters, they say the biggest issue this season has been when guys are on base, getting them in. Can they do it here in the second? 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. There's a good at-bat developing from Dallas Brooks.
Hey, he's been off to a red-hot start for Falmouth this season, and he's shown exactly why. He stays alive and counts. And a good second inning of at-bats here from Falmouth. Very different than that first.
This is Brooks' 3rd start of the summer. He's 5 for 10 at the plate. 2-2. Infield fly. Smolinski's on it. And there's now 2 outs. A big out there on some soft contact from Walls, the Harwich starter. And it's all up to Ben Slanker for the Commodores to keep this second inning alive. I think you bring up a good point, Milo. This is one of those spots where, 4 in the first inning isn't going to kill you. One positive you can take of it is, 4 was already in and they left the bases loaded. Can you get any back here? Ben Slanker. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Second inning has looked a lot different for Walls out there than that first inning where he went strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. It was a hit from Jeffries, who's at second. Riley Jackson walked, who's off of first. And it's now 2-0 on the right fielder Slanker.
He's missing down with these off-speeds a whole bunch in this inning. Licks his hands a few times, trying to get that command and grip back on the ball. Maybe it's the stretch that's getting to him just a bit.
2-0, outside ball 3. Pearson Reebok is the 9-hole hitter for the Commodores. He's looming on deck. Can Walls find the zone here? Comes home. That's right down the middle, now 3-1. Wallace took a little bit off of that fastball. We've seen him touch 96 tonight. That one came in at 93. Trying to escape the second inning. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Slanker finds a spot in center. Jeffries is going to score from second, and the throw comes into second. It's now 4-1 Harwich on the RBI hit from Ben Slanker.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting right there up the middle. The Mariners had a couple of those in their first inning, and now Slanker with a nice knock, and just like that, Falmouth can feel themselves inching back into this game. I know we're only in the second inning, but just to show that you can compete in this one, that was a full wipeout. Turn second base for Jackson. Wow. He could be on third right now.
That RBI's got to feel good for Slanker. Came in hitting just 170 for average. He's been here all summer. Here's Reebok. First pitch fastball just misses outside. It's now 1-0. Falmouth putting something together here. 2 out with 2 on, 1 already in. 4-1 Mariners, top of the second. Wallace from the stretch. This one's chopped, first base side. O'Leary snares it out of the air and taps on first with his left foot. So the Commodores, on a pair of hits and a walk, strand 2 and pick up just 1. They still trail 4-1, but they're on the board. We'll be back for the home half of the second on Cape League TV. Welcome you back to Harwich. The Mariners lead the Commodores 4-1. And after a 6-hit, 4-run first inning, the starter Jake Michalak is done. The new arm into the game is the righty out of Iowa, Tyler Guerin. Played the last 2 college seasons at the University of Iowa, and now he's going to be with Georgia Tech in the ACC. It's Castellone, Kurland, and Hotchkiss due up for the M's. Harwich off to a red-hot start in this one. Falmouth scratched one of those back in the top half of the second. And the M's look to add on here. Guerin from the windup. First pitch. Castellone takes ball 1. Castellone singled and scored like many others. He really got things going. 1-0. That's right there, 1-1. So the Mariners add on to their league-leading 722 on base plus slugging percentage. And they run the starter Michalak off the rubber. Ball 2. Michalak finishes with an inning, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, hit a batter, that was Smolinski, and did not record a strikeout.
This is tough for Falmouth. Yesterday, Reagan Ricken, who started, only went 2 innings.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Castellone tried to kill that fastball in the dirt. And maybe a theme developing for the Commodores.
Yeah, I mean, he gave up 6 earned runs in that time. A walk and 2 strikeouts for Ricken, so not a lot of length.
2-2. Chopper up the middle. This is a tough play. Woodson picks it up, fires, not in time. An infield hit for Castellon. He's 2 for 2 in the first 2 innings.
How about that? You knew it was going to be a tough play right off the bat. Castellon is fast. Woodson had to charge. He did nicely to make the play somewhat close, but Castellon was going to run hard all the way out the box. You see head down and throw too late.
Now, you don't want to speak too early, Milo, but some of these hits that Harwich has early on, it might just be the Mariners' night tonight. Soft contact, just putting it in the right spot. Here's Kurland, first offering. Breaking ball stays up, and Castellon's going to run over to second base. Now a Mariner in scoring position as that one trickled away from Brooks behind the plate, and there's nobody out in the bottom of the second.
Well, to add on to your point, the Mariners this season have a .329 batting average on balls in play. So that's any ball that's put in play, no matter how hard it's hit, if it's a slow roller. So they've been up there towards the top, meaning the luck has been on their side for the most part. Commodores have the highest batting average on balls in play this season at .340.
Kurland takes strike one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball left side on the backhand. Jeffries is there. Long throw on one hop, and it's picked up by Jackson. That's an unbelievable play on both ends. The throw across the diamond from Jeffries, but Jackson snags it to record the out. A productive out for the Mariners. Castellon goes second to third.
Yeah, really nice play there from the third
the
baseman,
left fielder,
Jeffries. I mean,
number
that is about as
35,
far as you
Jackson
possibly have to throw the ball in foul territory. Also nice read by Castellon to realize that he can go from second to third on that play.
Believe it or not, Kurland, who just grounded out, was the only Mariner to record an out in his first at-bat of the first inning. First pitch is called a strike to Hotchkiss.
Yeah.
If you're saying that doesn't make any sense, well, Larson kicked off the game with a double. He was thrown out by the cutoff man, Konis, trying to turn it into a triple. That was the first out. Then Kurland popped out, and then the next out came from Larson again, the second time through the order. Hotchkiss trying to make it a 5-1 game, now a 1-1 count.
Look at that.
Karen at Iowa had a 7.49 ERA, pitched a ton, 51 innings of action, struck out 42. Control can be an issue, 35 walks. Here's the 1-1. Hotchkiss into the ground, now 1-2. Jackson singled and scored. Ground ball up the middle, his first time up. He's off to a blazing start. Now 6 for 23, a home run, 5 RBIs, and a pair of 2-baggers. Infield comes in here in the 1-2 count. Guerin, the pitch. Ground ball left side, that's a base hit. Hotchkiss now has 6 RBIs in just his first 4 games as a Mariner. It's 5-1 M's in the second.
There it is again. Just put the ball in play and good things are going to happen. Third baseman Jeffries is playing on the infield grass. A chopper that just got on by.
The shortstop, number 22.
And you'll take that if you're Harwich. Just keep pouring it on.
Something about this lineup tonight. Steve Englert likes it. Mariner faithful here at Whitehouse Field, a packed house on a Tuesday night. They love it. Now it's Smolinski's turn. First pitch, inside ball 1. Smolinski was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Yeah, I mean, there's now 2 players in the Mariner lineup that are 2 for 2 or in the second inning.
Hotchkiss has been stealing bases early on this summer. Here's the 1-0. That's inside with the fastball. Now 2-0 on tie. So Smolinski in just the first inning lost his RBI king status on the Mariner team with Peltier knocking in 2. Can he get it back? 2-0. Outside ball 3. Hotchkiss goes, delayed steal, and it works to perfection. That's the second time we've seen it from Hotchkiss this summer. The delayed steal that just catches the defense sleeping. Konis, the second baseman, nor Woodson, the shortstop, even knew he was going. And another man in scoring position, Smolinski ahead in the count 3-0. Ball 4. Smolinski reaches for the second time tonight. That's the first walk from the righty Guerin out of the bullpen. And it's now 1st and 2nd for the Mariners. Peltier back up with just 1 out and a 5-1 lead in the second inning.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Just take your at-bat. If you don't get anything competitive, take your walk and give it to the next guy. Mariners lineup tonight is functioning on all cylinders.
Peltier had a 2 RBI single his last time up. Right on right matchup with Guerin. He comes home. First pitch fastball, little bit too tall. It's now 1-0. Peltier up to 9 runs batted in on the summer. The Wright State 2 Kentucky transfer. Excited to see him in the SEC. 1-0. Hanging breaking ball, now 2-0. So that's 6 consecutive pitches outside of the zone from Guerin. Trying to strap back in here and find the zone.
Yeah, I will say one thing the Mariners do, even when they don't steal, the intensity on the secondary leads gets the attention of the catcher and all the infielders.
2-0 pitch. Outside ball 3. So the control issues starting to add up with Guerin out there. 7 consecutive balls. Sure, Peltier's still ready to hit. He's swinging a hot bat. Smolinski at first, Hotchkiss at second. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Sean James on deck. Mariners up 5-1. 8 hits already. There's just 1 down in the second inning. I can understand why Falmouth is maybe trying to pick around these Harwich hitters. Putting everything in open spots. Can Peltier do it here? Here's the 3-1. Peltier fights it off foul, and the count goes full.
And thinking back to Peltier's first hit, it was off the end of the bat, a blooper into center field that fell. Long swings like that are what can get to J.P. Peltier. Keeping it short, putting the ball in play is what you want from Peltier. It's what he did at the beginning of the season, and hopefully he's getting back to that right now.
J.P. in a full count. The payoff pitch, but a check and a looping throw over there to second. Pitch clock was all the way down to 3 seconds. Guerin just needed some time here. A big pitch coming. Harwich a couple hits away and maybe a Peltier big fly away from really blowing this thing open in the early innings. Here's the 3-2. Sky down the right field line. That's gonna ditch the ballpark. We'll see another payoff pitch. Now we're meeting at the mound with Dallas Brooks and the righty Guerin.
Yeah, look at Joey Craster right there, the Mariner first base coach. Look at how much gear he's holding in his hand because of how many players have reached this inning. I mean, his hand, he's going to have to go to 2 hands if JP reaches here.
Coach Joey is what they call him here in Harwich. He's always bringing the good vibes. You're right, he's been a busy man. That arm may fall off. JP's got a leg guard and a elbow sleeve that I'm sure Coach Joey would love to just take. The rich get richer. Mariners up 5-1. 1st and 2nd, just 1 out. Here comes another payoff. Guerin from the belt. Runners go. This one smashed into left center field. Reebok chasing, watching, home run. Peltier brings them all in. It's now 8-1 Mariners. JP's second long ball of the summer, and he's up to a dozen runs batted in. What a start at Whitehouse Field.
Something about 3-run home runs, and J.P. Peltier here at Whitehouse, his second 3-run shot here at home. Second home run. I mean, talk about a good start to the day. We're in the second here. Peltier is having himself a ball game already.
Here's Sean James. Guess what? He's 1 for 1. First pitch, inside ball 1. Peltier is 2 for 2, a single and a homer. He now has 5 ribbies in the first 2 innings. The runners are on the go. Hotchkiss was disciplined enough to wait, but he didn't have to. James fouls off the 1-0. It's now 1-1. This could really be one of those nights when the whole team just thrives together as one. You've been kind of waiting for an offensive onslaught. The last time they did it was against Falmouth, a 13-0 win on the road. They've brought it to Harwich. Line shot snagged out of the air by the second baseman, Konis. That's the second out.
Yeah, even the out right there from James, who, like I said, already had a hit, was hard hit. But, I mean, Pelletier right there, it's kind of the first hard hit ball that the Mariners have had that landed for a hit. I mean, there's a couple choppers up the middle, a couple ground balls down the third baseline, but JP got into that one. Not just down the left field line, that was in the gap out in left center field, which is a long ways away.
This is not one of the easiest ballparks in Cape Cod to hit a home run. JP has both of his here at Whitehouse Field. Sean O'Leary, first pitch fastball on the corner, 0-1. So whether it was the starter, Michalak, who gave up 4, or now the righty Guerin out of the bullpen, they've both given up the same amount. Now 9 hits for the Mariners. And that dog over there is loving it. Check out that guy, left side of your screen. I mean, I don't know what he likes more, the green grass here and the healthy landscaping at Whitehouse Field, or that back scratch he's getting.
Or the Mariners' 8 runs.
I mean, heck, that comes with it. Bring your dog out. 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was a good slider that time from Guerin. It's now 1-2 on Sean O'Leary. Nobody on, 2 out, 4 already in for the Ners. Bottom of the second. It's a Commodore beatdown early on. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. Chopper, first base side. That's a fair ball. O'Leary thought it was going to be foul. He wasn't running. And the flip to the covering Guerin ends the second inning. The Mariners are red hot at the plate. 8 runs in the first 2 innings. J.P. Pelletier, a 3-run homer here in the second. We'll be right back for the third. An exciting start tonight on Cape League TV. Top of the third here in Harwich, and after the start tonight with the Mariners leading 8-1, maybe some deja vu from the first time these two teams met on June 18th. The Mariners won in an 8-inning mercy rule, 13-0. Masterclass of a start from Chet Lax, but a lot of those Harwich hitters outside of Smolinski and Kirikov, you know, they're new Mariners that are now producing at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, this lineup has been doing it tonight, and you look at that game back on June 18th, the Mariners' only mercy rule game of the season so far, only game that hasn't gone 9 innings, I believe, so far for the end. So, trying to make it back-to-back demolitions of the Commodores.
Harwich leads 8-1. It's the top of the third. Top of the order due up for the Commodores. Alongside Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. What a fun start tonight.
Everyone's loving it here.
Top of the third for the Commodores from Maryland, the second baseman, number 18, Ty Konis.
It'll be the second baseman and Maryland to Texas Tech transfer this summer, Ty Konis. Time's called. Walls wants a new ball.
I will say something about this game so far. Cooper Walls has had, I mean, almost 20 minutes in between both innings.
Right.
In the dugout, in between innings that he's pitching.
Konis swings at the first pitch, fouls it into himself. He's a little bit beat up down there. Konis is an interesting guy if you really dive into his numbers. He hits .234 for average. But as the leadoff man, he leads this team with 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. He has 4 doubles as well. He leads this team in walks and strikeouts.
Yeah.
So he kind of does things that makes you think, oh, he's a great leadoff hitter. But then he also does things that say, with his power and his runs batted in, maybe hit him cleanup. But he gets on base with the walks and then strikes out more than anybody else. Here's the 0-1. Jonas takes strike 2.
I think sometimes the mindset is that you want to put your best guy, maybe the guy with the most power at the top, so you can give him the most at-bats in the game.
Here's the 0-2. That's a little bit away. Now 1-2. You see that in the big league. Shohei Ohtani, he's a power guy. I mean, he's an everything guy. He can run. Jonas has stolen 1 base this summer. 2-strike pitch. Popped up. Left field side of the infield. Peltier drifts into foul territory and makes the catch. Right in front of the Harwich bullpen. Looks like Brian Matachat's up and loose over there, just getting ready to go if the Mariners need him. 1 down here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, Walls is someone who works really quickly on the hill. I already talked about it. He's had a bunch of off time in between innings because the Mariner bats have been so good. But for such a guy who works so fast on the mound, it's got to be interesting to have that time off.
Here's Fabio Peralta, center fielder. Takes a fastball upstairs, ball 1. You know, the guys who were quick, like in the first inning when he struck out the side, I feel like he can play into your benefit a lot. The hitter can't really think about what's coming next. But when you're missing and you work quick, sometimes it feels like you're just speeding yourself up too much.
Right, you're hurting yourself.
Walls has been solid so far. 2 hit, 1-run baseball, top of the 3rd. 3 consecutive balls to the center fielder Peralta. It's now 3-0. Jimmy Nugent's on deck. Solid hitter out of Louisville for the Commodores. Ball slows down, looking for the zone. And he just misses there, shakes his head in disbelief. Thomas Augusta thought it was a little bit inside. The second free pass of the night goes to Peralta, and that brings up Nugent.
That one barely missed inside. I thought it was a pretty well-placed pitch from Walls, but credit to Peralta for putting together a good at-bat, and Walls not a fan of that one.
Slight head nod, not enough to get you in trouble.
No.
Just a little Here's Jimmy Nugent. Commodores need a lot to get back into this one, trailing by 7. Pitch in the dirt. Good block from Sean James. Ball 1. Command has definitely been the thing that is a little bit more erratic after that first inning. Walls gave up 2 hits in the second, sandwiched around a Riley Jackson walk. Now here's another 1-out walk in the 3rd. 1-0 pitch. Inside, and it hit him. Jimmy Nugent gets plunked right on the letters. He's going to do a little dance around home plate, flip the bat. And it's now 1st and 2nd for the Commodores with just 1 down in the 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very similar innings for Walls here, 2nd and 3rd. In the second, he retired Woodson, but then a single and a walk to Jeffries and Jackson. Now a walk and a hit by pitch. So after 1 out, 2 runners reach for Falmouth.
Chance here for the Commodores. They had 1st and 2nd with 1 out, scored 1 in the previous inning. Hunter Dilworth goes out to talk to his new right-hander. Remember, this is Cooper Wall's first ever Cape League appearance, start. Kind of been watching him in the bullpen the last couple of days. He's been here for a few days preparing for this start. Seems like he's been greeted well by the team. Guy who's always, laughing with the bullpen crowd. There's some hooligans over there down the left field line in Harwich. And right now, Brian Matachat is officially warming up in the Mariner bullpen.
Number 25, Ryder Woodson.
Getting loose.
Matachat, the new Florida Atlantic transfer. But right here, right now, it's the top of the 3rd. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Nugent off of 1st was hit by a pitch. Peralta off of 2nd. He walked. And the cleanup hitter, Ryder Woodson, out of Mississippi State, digs in. Woodson's 0 for 1. Flew out to center. First pitch. That's a breaking ball in there, strike 1. Seen a lot of low-scoring games the last few nights from the Mariners. The offense has exploded. Can the defense be right there with it? 0-1. This one's drifting foul, first base side. O'Leary up against the fence, and he can only watch it. Counts now 0-2. Good effort there from Sean O'Leary.
I think this game for Walls has been a little stagnant. Ever since that first when he struck out the side, he's just, he hasn't gotten into a groove yet. And I think he's trying to work himself into a groove here with his pace.
0-1. Pardon me, the 0-2 misses low and away. It's now ball and 2 strikes on Woodson. Woodson out of Naples, Florida. Rising junior at Mississippi State. 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. A good take. Slider missed outside. It's now 2-2. Wall is just trying to find the zone. The last 2 have reached on free passes. A walk and a hit by pitch. In a 2-2 battle with the cleanup hitter Woodson. 2-2. Fly ball. Left field. Hotchkiss goes back. Waits on it. Up against the track. And he'll make the catch. Both runners tag. Pardon me. Just a deke from Nugent at first. And advancing from second to third is Fabio Peralta with the slide. Now runners on the corners. A big out for the Mariners and Walls. And an at-bat for Braden Jeffries with 2 on and 2 out.
That ball kind of kept going.
It did.
Had some carry out there on left, and Hotchkiss then found himself a couple feet in front of the wall.
Long pause here. Steve Englert barking out orders from the Mariner dugout.
Looks like a little sock situation over there at third base.
Peralta's fixing his high socks. Even brought over the attention of home plate umpire Thomas Augusta. Falmouth maybe just trying to slow this game down a little bit. It's getting out of hand for the Commodores, but the only way to get back now is to have runners cross home plate. And it's up to Braden Jeffries to extend this third inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. First pitch in the dirt. James blocks it. That saves a run. He stares down Peralta back to the third base bag. In the big leagues, when you have, say, 25, 30 starts a year, there's the old adage of 10 of those starts, you're going to have your best stuff.
Yep.
But what can you do with the other 20? How can you compete and get guys out? Looks like it's one of those nights for Walls. The 1-0 gets past James. This time Peralta scores, and Nugent goes first to second. It's now an 8-2 game in the top of the third.
He's losing a bit of control here. Another wild pitch against the Mariners. So, you still got 2 outs. That run is not going to kill you. Got to settle in here.
Now a 2-out base hit from Jeffries. Might score the runner at second, Nugent. Make this a 5-run game. 2-0. Cracked. That's a base hit into right center field. Windmill is on at third. Nugent's going to score. And this 2-out rally extends. Jeffries an RBI single, his second hit of the game. It's now 8-3 Harwich.
Yeah, credit to the Commodores. Every time Harwich puts on a couple runs, they say, we're still here and we're going to put some on the board ourselves. That's just a nice piece of hitting. Right center field. All barrel. Easy run.
If you took the over tonight, you're a lucky man. It's 8-3 in the top of the third inning. And the start is complete from Cooper Walls. In his first inning here, or appearance here in Harwich, he goes 2 2/3 of 3-hit baseball. Gave up 3 runs, but he's responsible for Jeffries off of first base. It'll be the new Florida Atlantic Owl, Brian Matishat, coming into the game when we come back on Cape League TV. Brian Matashat into the game for the Mariners. Harwich leads Falmouth 8-3 in the top of the third. Pitching can be a chaotic cycle in the Cape Cod Baseball League. For more on that journey, we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Lily Reisenweber. Lily, take it away.
Thanks, Luke. Pitchers are constantly coming and going here on the Cape. After talking to Jason Krieger yesterday about his impressive first start, 6 innings, 2 hits, and no runs, we learned he'd be leaving today due to reaching his inning limit. I talked to the Mariners pitching coach Hunter Dilworth before his start of today's game, and he says, it's just part of summer ball. But it's important to get the guys acclimated, ease them into the game in situations that aren't super stressful, and build that trust. He also said everyone is here for a reason, and they are working with talented guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Lily. Milo, she's right. There's just a lot going on in this league when certain guys will say, hey, I talked to my college coach. I'm allowed to come for 3 starts on Cape Cod. Because they have innings limits, it makes sense, and school ball comes first, also chasing pro careers. But here comes the agent.
Yep.
Here comes the NIL. Now you're talking different factors that may hold authority over others. And thanks to Lily for filling us in on that. That's good work. We're going to miss Jason Krieger. Had a masterful start of 6-inning, 1-run baseball yesterday. Top of the third tonight, 1 on, 2 out, 2 already in. First pitch, down the left field line. Hotchkiss on the chase. He's going to get there. Jackson flies out to left field. A nice effort from the Mariners outfielder, Jackson Hotchkiss. And a 2-run third is stopped at just that. It's 8-3 Harwich. We're going to the home half on Cape League TV.
At every home game this season, the Harwich
Back here in Harwich, it's been all Mariners tonight, 8-3, bottom of the third inning. Thanks for watching on Cape League TV. I'm Luke Brenneman with Milo Hoffman. 9-1-2, 2 up in the Harwich lineup. And the starter for Falmouth, Jake Michalak, he went 1 inning, gave up 4 runs. He was tugged for the guy you see right there, Tyler Guerin. But Guerin came in the second, also gave up 4 runs. But this time, I don't really know if Falmouth has any other choice. They're going to stick with Guerin and just hope he can eat up some innings.
Yeah, I mean, this is very similar to what happened yesterday for the Commodores. Their starter, Ricken, went only 2 innings, 6 earned runs in those first 2 innings, a walk and 2 strikeouts. And now they're going to Guerin tonight early on. And, yeah, he's going to have to eat up some innings for Falmouth because, I mean, you only got so many guys in the bullpen.
Here's Garrity. Walked his first time up. Guerin kicks and fires. First pitch fastball right on the inside corner. 0-1. Guerin 6'6" out of Iowa. Transferred this offseason to Georgia Tech. They were a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament just a couple of weeks ago. Here's the 0-1. Down and in. A nice take from Garrity. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. There's really no other way to say Garrity has the best eye on this team. His walk in the first inning adds on to his team-leading 10 walks on the summer. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, now 1-2. But Steve Englert gets freed up because you have Colin Larson, the leadoff man. Yeah. Speed, but he also hits .360, and he's hitting a lot of extra base hits. But you kind of get that pseudo-double leadoff man who hits 9th as Garrity. He's been getting on base. The 1-2 is a little bit away. And the count's now 2-2.
That's exactly what you want. I mean, Garrity is putting together, long at-bats time and time again. He sees the ball well from the plate. And, yeah, it's that double leadoff mentality. If he gets on, turn the lineup to the top.
2-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. And the count goes full on the Harwich center fielder. Garrity still struggling quite a bit at the plate. 5 for 36. 3 runs batted in. Has 1 extra base hit. That was a double 2 days ago on the road at Katuitt. It was a tough day for the Mariners. Got blown out in the middle innings, and it's looking like they're going to do that to the Commodores tonight. 8-3 game. Payoff pitch. Fought off foul. Into the backstop. We'll see another one. With all the talk about Harwich and their speed, their good eye, they lead the lead in walks and stolen bases at the plate. Harwich has only stolen 1 bag en route to 8 runs tonight. They have 9 hits. Payoff pitch. Just a little bit outside, ball 4. Guerin on the mound is in disbelief from that call. Tom Augusta, we know him, Milo. He keeps a tight strike zone.
Yeah, Augusta is definitely not going to be given any free passes to the pitchers out here tonight. This one comes in from Guerin, just a bit outside, and Garrity knew it all the way. He flipped his bat to the dugout.
So a pair of walks tonight for Ryan Garrity, who's off at first with speed to kick off the 3rd inning for the M's. Lineup turns over. Larson spits on a fastball inside, ball 1. Another chance for Harwich. When have guys not been on base so far tonight? 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second. And now the leadoff man aboard with the top of the order up here to kick off the 3rd frame. Guerin working from the stretch. Kicks and fires, 1-0. Fastball, too tall. Now 2-0. Guerin is starting to really give some confused, puzzled, almost frustrated looks into home plate, and you can see him there, just shakes off the home plate umpire, Tom Augusta. What else can I do? And when you put it in the zone, the Mariners have mashed it. See if Larson's ready. 2-0. Breaking ball doesn't break. Now 3-0.
Yeah, Augusta was the umpire for Mariners against Chatham at Veterans Field a couple of days ago. And Mariners players definitely voiced their opinions in terms of the strike zone. So did Chatham.
3-0. Called a strike. Now 3-1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. That game against Chatham was a tough one offensively for Harwich. Had the 3-run Hotchkiss homer in the 5th inning of that game. They did not score the rest of the way. Lost 6-3. Runner goes from first. 3-1. Doesn't matter. It's ball 4. So Garrity dives just for show. And the Northeastern product is in scoring position. Larson walks, gets on for the first time today. And it's now 1st and 2nd with nobody out for the 2-for-2 Nate Castellone.
Yep. It's funny. We talked about in the 1st inning, the Mariners had 8 players come to bat, no walks. And Ryan Garrity walked to end that 1st frame, and ever since there's been 3 more free passes for Harwich hitters. So they've gotten back to what they do best, see the ball and work long counts.
Here's Castellone. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. First pitch. Castellone, did that hit him? It did. The bases are loaded now on a pair of walks and a hit by pitch. There's still nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd.
And I think that is exactly who Nate Castellone is. You see how fast he turned around and disposed his bat right there and walked to first base because the bases are now loaded? I mean, this is summer ball. The ball barely gets you. If you stay in the box, you're probably still going to be having this at bat because the umpire reacts to Castellone's reaction.
You're right.
He's taking it for the team, and he knows how much of a moment this is for the Mariners. Now with nobody out and the bases are juiced, he's just an all-around good ball player.
And after a pair of walks and a hit batsman on Castellone to load the bases, that's going to be it for the righty Guerin. Field manager Jack Dahm points at the pen, and this is going to be a tough task for whoever's coming in. Bases loaded, nobody out. Harwich leads by 5. It's the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back for the bases loaded spot. Cade Curlin at the plate. You're watching Cape League TV. Alex Stern is the new arm for the Commodores. Out of Golden West Community College in Huntington Beach, California, the LA kid is tasked with coming into a Cape League game here in the bottom of the third, Harwich has the bases loaded. The Mariners already have 8 runs on 9 hits and lead Falmouth 8-3. The number's wicked good at Golden West, but he's got a date with an all-SEC caliber player to kick things off in the bases juiced, Cade Curlin.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be different for him and what he's used to at his respective college, going against Curlin, who's now playing at LSU this next season. But, I mean, and talk about the situation. Bases loaded, nobody out. Got a pitch to contact here. Curlin's probably going to put the bat on the ball. Middle of the infield is kind of at half and half right now for Falmouth. Now backing up. Corners are fully in.
Corners come in. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch. Curlin skies it. This one's playable in foul ground. Jackson, the first baseman's over, and that's a massive out number 1 for Stern out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that's big time.
It's now the second infield pop-up to Jackson at first base off the bat of Curlin in these first 3 innings. He's the only Mariner who has not reached base in this game.
Curlin is over 3 in the 3rd inning. I mean, by the end of the night, his guys might have 7 at-bats.
Here's Hotchkiss. He's not 0 for 3. He's 2 for 2. Back-to-back singles in the first and second. Can he add on here? Bases juiced, 1 out. Corner still in. First pitch, swing and a foul tip. Strike 1. Hotchkiss is up to 6 runs batted in. This is just his 4th start of the summer for the Mariners. And I have a feeling that if the Arizona State transfer chooses to stay in Harwich, he's got a real chance to be the RBI king by the end of the summer. He's hitting cleanup tonight. 2nd night in a row for Hotchkiss. 0-1 pitch. Down and away. Ball and a strike. Falmouth hanging around. Scored 1 run in the second offensively. Added 2 more on in the top half of this inning. But Harwich can really run away with it. They can continue to do what they've done in the first 2 frames. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Stern. And he gets ahead of Hotchkiss 1-2. How cool is this? It's the Cape Cod Baseball League. You have a first-team All-Big Ten player in Jackson Hotchkiss at Washington and a community college pitcher out there who's earned his way onto the Cape with good stuff. And a balk called on Stern. Garrity's going to score from third. Stern's trying to plead his case. And it's now 9-3 Harwich. Larson takes third. And Castellón over to second base. So a bad night defensively is continuing to pile up for Falmouth. And a long explanation here is coming to the dugout and manager Jack Dobb. He is a little bit twitchy.
A little twitchy. First base umpire Mike Yosa pointed right off the bat, and now third base umpire Carl Rodriguez is talking to him, trying to explain his form.
He's a twitchy guy out there. He's only listed at 5'11". We've definitely seen taller guys out on that hill so far this summer. And the entire infield comes in now. 1-2 count on Hotchkiss. Second and third, just 1 out. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Outside. A good take from Jackson. Now 2-2. Falmouth just cannot afford to give up any more runs in this game. It's 9-3 in the home half of the third. Larson and Castellón on base half speed. Infield is way in. 2-2. Fouled straight bat. Hotchkiss was all over that fastball. He'll see another 2-2 pitch.
Whatever gets in your head when you've had a balk called on you, every time you come set now on the mound, is it in the back of your mind that, am I going to get called for another balk because of my motion?
It's a good point. Stern. 2-2. Hanging breaking ball. Hotchkiss launches it out to dead center field. Peralta's there. This is going to score Larson from third. Castellón tags second to third. and an RBI sac fly increases the Mariners' lead to 10-3. Hotchkiss' second RBI of the night and a productive second out here in the third.
How about that? Just the third sac fly for the Mariners
From
this
Kansas
season.
State, the shortstop, number 22.
That's the
Tyler
third least
Smolinski.
in the Cape. But Hotchkiss will take it. That one was a line drive to center. Had a lot of exit velo.
2 out, 1 on, 2 already in. 10-3 Mariners. Ty Smolinski at the dish. First offering. Smolinski takes a fastball right down Broadway. 0-1. Ty has been on twice tonight, has scored 2 runs. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, then walked in the second inning. See if he can get an RBI knock in the third. 0-1 in the dirt. Ball and a strike. Falmouth is going to have to use some serious strategy on who they're going to ask to eat up innings because, like Lily mentioned, finding pitchers on Cape Cod is tough, and 10-3 game, probably don't want to use your best guys the rest of the way. 1-1, wave and a miss. But Smolinski hit the catcher's mitt, Dallas Brooks. Well, pardon me, must have been another balk called, because if it was catcher's interference, Smolinski would have been awarded first base. And Castellón was just awarded home plate. It's now 11-3. Things are getting ugly here. You got to feel for Stearns a little bit because he hasn't even given up a hit yet. 1-1. Down and in, ball 2. First base dugout. Falmouth faithful here's awfully quiet. It's been all Harwich tonight. The Mariners beat the Commodores 13-0 the first time these two teams met. 2-1. Down low, ball 3. Falmouth comes into tonight 6-7 for record.
I don't think it hit the catcher. Yeah, it's definitely another balk. Whoa, was it? Yeah.
Three 3-1. Down and in, ball 4. Smolinski on for the third time tonight. A pair of walks and a hit by pitch. It's as good as 3 for 3.
Scored 2 other times.
Peltier will get an at-bat. He's been the best Mariner all night. All night. Well, it feels like a while, but we're only in the bottom of the third.
Number 13, J.P. Peltier.
Peltier's 2 for 2. 2 RBI single in the first. 3-run home run his last time up in the second inning. He's up to 12 runs batted in. First pitch. Up and away, ball 1.
YD just tied with Chatham, 6-6 after 8. So the Red Sox didn't pick up a win. They came into the day winners of 8 straight.
They also came back down 4 runs in that game. Mariners can't catch a break. Trying to catch the number 1 Red Sox. They're 13-1-1 for record now after the tie. You know, that's kind of a lose-lose whoever wins that game, because Chatham is maybe the biggest chaser in the East Division of Harwich right now.
Yeah.
They're in second place, tied with Brewster.
21 combined hits in that game. 6-6 the final score.
2-0. Ball 3 outside. The way Harwich is going, they might have 21 hits on their own tonight. Up to 9. Peltier now in a 3-ball, no-strike count. Smolinski off of first. He walked. Sean James on deck. JP geared up for something sweet over the heart of the plate. 3-0. That's in there, 3-1. Interesting conversation we had pregame with the Falmouth skipper, Jack Dahm. He said there are certain things and agreements that in summer ball managers and staffs have to make with their players.
Yeah.
3-0 counts, we might tell you to take. First and second, nobody out, we might tell you to bunt. 3-1 to Peltier, wave and a miss at a high fastball. And he said his guys have bought in. They did a group vote on situational things like that, and they said they were here to win. He's a first-year manager, still trying to feel things out. We know Steve Engler. This is not summer ball to him.
No.
This is a baseball season that matters, just like any other would. Runner at first will be on the move. Payoff pitch. Smolinski goes. Ball 4 outside. Back-to-back walks. Peltier on for the third time in that many at-bats, and Sean James will have a first and second 2-out at-bat here in the third.
Yep,
From
the
Mississippi
fifth
State,
walk of the night,
the catcher, number
dealt
5,
by Falmouth
Sean
pitchers.
James.
And make that the 6th walk of the night. So the Mariners are taking their free passes.
James is 1 for 2, had a ribby single in the opening inning, part of the Harwich 6-hit rally. First offering, James steps on one towards left center field. Peralta on the chase, and he lays out and made the catch. Fabio Peralta, a marvelous, sparkling play in left center field. Harwich strands 2, and James robbed of potentially a 2 RBI double in the gap. We'll have another look at this one before we go to break.
If you can't make it to the game, we've got you covered.
What a catch.
Good effort, an 11-3 game. Peralta with the defense, the Mariners with the lead. We'll be back for the 4th on Cape League TV.
It's been all Mariners here at Whitehouse Field. The score 11-3 in favor of Harwich as we go to the top of the 4th inning right here at Whitehouse Field. So glad to be bringing the action alongside Luke Brenneman. I am Milo Hoffman. And the start of the 4th inning is brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. They're proud to recognize our hometown heroes throughout the Cape. If you are active duty military, a veteran, police, fire, or EMT personnel, you are eligible for the discount. It's Brian Maduchat on the hill for the M's, making his 5th appearance so far this season, a 5.14 ERA. 7 innings pitched so far, 4 earned runs. He's walked 5 hitters, just 1 strikeout, so looking to command the zone tonight against the Falmouth Commodores. He deals to 7, 8, and 9 in Falmouth's lineup. First off, Dallas Brooks' pitch is outside, and the count is 1-0. I mean, talk about a rout for the Mariners so far tonight. Every single inning, it seemed like they've put up a crooked number. Here's the 1-0. That's inside, and the count's 2-0. I mean, you go back to the first, there's 4 runs. Second, 4 runs. And the third, Harwich put up 3. That was the bad inning. They put up 3 runs.
Didn't get a hit in that inning either.
2-0 from Maduchat. Here's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1.
One of those scenarios tonight now, Milo. You bring in Maduchat from the pen. Starter Wallace just goes 2 2/3. You're looking for strikes.
Yep.
You know, get the defense involved, soft contact, get in and out of innings, turn them over. The bats are hot. Get them back in the box.
Maduchat came in with 5 walks, like I said, 2-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. The count's 2-2. Trying to command the zone. Tonight so far, the Mariners have walked 2 hitters, 2 Falmouth hitters. 11-3, Harwich leads it. Maduchat kicks and fires. Swung on, a ground ball left side. Peltier is there, gloves, fires to first in time. Nice play moving to the glove side for the third baseman, J.P. Peltier. And there was one guy now in the top of the 4th.
As easy as he makes that play look, Milo, there aren't many guys out here that make that play. Because we see baseball every single night. And balls hit into the hole sometimes are just donated to the shortstop. Pretty much an impossible play on the backhand. Peltier willing to stick his neck in there, grab it, and then throw it off balance towards the second base bag away from his body. That's so smooth from JP.
Matuschat deals to Slanker. There's a strike, and the count's 0-1. Peltier's doing it offensively and defensively tonight for the Mariners. He is now 2 for 2 at the plate. He has a 2 RBI single, a 3-run homer, and he walked in the third. Here's the pitch. Shot foul, and it's 0-2. I mean, talking about having a night, we're in the top of the fourth. Are you kidding me? Most of the Mariner hitters in the lineup have already had 3 at-bats. M's won 13-0 against Falmouth in their first meeting of the season. So something about these Commodores, the Mariners like it. 0-2. Downstairs, 1-2. Slanker did have an RBI single back in the second inning to bring home one of the 3 Commodores runs. Plays his college ball at Louisville. Right fielder today for Falmouth. Matuschat glove at his eyes, and he fires. Fouled right back here, and it's 1-2. Like Luke was saying, Falmouth yesterday lost 6-2 to Hyannis. Their starting pitcher only went 2 innings tonight. Jake Michalak, Falmouth starter, only went 1 inning, gave up 4 earned runs. 1-2. Chop foul down the first baseline, and the count remains the same.
Talked to Brian pregame, and he said, if you're on the call tonight, Luke, like anyone else would be on the call, he said, give FAU some love for me. He said, you guys were talking a lot about Sacred Heart, where he finished up his baseball career there, just transferred to FAU. So if you're an Owls fan, you're getting a good one. Matuschat's a strike thrower.
And he struck out Slanker right there. First punch out of the night for Brian Matuschat. And there's now 2 gone at the top of the 4th. Excellent pitch from Brian, perfectly placed, and he fooled Slanker. So now it's up to Pearson Reebok, the number 9 hitter in the Falmouth lineup, to keep this inning going. He grounded out to first base back in the second. It's been all M's tonight. 11-3, they lead it. 2 outs here, top of the 4th. Matuschat fires. Foul tip into Sean James' glove, and it's 0-1. Feels like Matuschat is just firing in strikes nice and easy, getting ahead in counts early.
He's a competitor.
0-1. That's a strike, and it's 0-2.
Now seeing our second summer of Brian in Harwich. He was a starter in the playoffs last year, so a different role. He's been coming out of the bullpen, but I really respect him. A guy who's played only collegiately at Sacred Heart, maybe seeing some better competition, SEC guys, player of the year, All-American type of players.
0-2 is upstairs, and the count's 1-2.
And all he does is pound the zone. When we've seen Brian get beat up, it's because guys are just putting the ball in the gap.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there's a level of respect that comes with that from maybe the scouts and obviously your defense.
1-2 misses outside.
Where he's just content with saying, I'm going to give you what I got. I mean, you look back to that second inning from Harwich. They score 3 runs and they don't have a hit. Innings like that aren't good baseball.
No, sloppy. 2-2, here it is. High fly, right field and playable for Larson. He's there, camps under, and he makes the one-handed grab to complete a smooth 1-2-3 frame for Brian Matuschat and the Mariners. They still hold an 11-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th here on Cape League TV. Back here at Whitehouse Field as we head to the bottom of the fourth. And if you're a fan of runs, then this is the game for you. 11-3. Mariners on top of the Commodores alongside Luke Brenneman, Milo Hoffman. Ners scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and 3 in the third. Trying to tack on a few more here against Falmouth and pitcher Alex Stern, who's making his second appearance here in this game. Second inning of work out of the bullpen. And he deals to Sean O'Leary, 8-9-1 in the Mariner lineup.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth.
O'Leary, one of the few Mariners tonight who does not. Oh, sorry about that. O'Leary doubled in the first because, of course, he grounded out back in the second. Already his third at bat here in the fourth. It's been a shootout, to say the least, as the sun sets here at Whitehouse. Lights are fully on. A beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening here in Harwich. Stern comes set, and he pitches. That's inside, and the count's 1-0 on O'Leary. David Stern in his last, Alex Stern that is, in his last inning of work, had 2 balks. So, kind of settled down here on the mound. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike, 1-1.
We talked to Steve Englert yesterday. He said, the thing I like about this team is I know what I'm going to get out of them every time they take the field. I don't know if he knew he was going to get 11 runs in 3 innings tonight.
I think if you expect that, as the 1-1 is flied into left field, Reebok is there. Also the center fielder, Peralta, who makes the play in the end, and there's 1 gone. If you expect to come to the ballpark and have your team put up 11 runs, then I think you're crazy. This is not normal in a baseball game. I mean, the Mariners came in averaging 6 runs a game, which is second best on the Cape. But 11 is crooked. There's Ryan Garrity. He's been aboard twice. 2 walks. Has a team best 12 free passes this season. Pitch home. Upstairs. You know Garrity wants to get aboard via hit right now. I mean, he's been aboard twice via walks, but I mean, the Mariners have been stacking up the hits, 9 of them tonight. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Garrity's one of those guys that just sees pitches. He wants to get settled into an at-bat. Some guys are ambush hitters. They see something they like, they were looking for, they're swinging at it, no matter the count, no matter the situation.
That's the entire Falmouth lineup. Pitch home. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Falmouth came into the night hitting .373 on the first pitch, which is the best mark in the Cape. So they are attacking pitchers early.
What's funny is because they strike out more than anyone else in the league.
Which makes sense. I mean, you're going to go after the first pitch, you swing and miss, now you're down 0-1, and the at-bat shortens. 1-2 cut on and miss, so Garrity down on strikes. First strikeout of the evening for Alex Stern, and there's now 2 gone.
We'll say this is a cool opportunity for Stern. I think that Falmouth and Jack Dom is going to ask him to give as much as he possibly can tonight. Just the bottom of the fourth. It feels like we've played a game and a half of offense already here in Harwich.
That's the first strikeout of the night for a Mariner hitter.
It is.
Here's the top with Larson. Pitch home. There's a strike, and it's 0-1. Colin today is 1 for 2. He doubled in the first, but was thrown at third, trying to extend it to a triple, and then flew out to left, also in the first. And he walked in the third. Pitch is a high pop, right side, foul territory. Jackson, the first baseman, and catcher Brooks is there, and the catcher in the end makes the shoestring grab to retire the side here in the bottom of the fourth. The Mariners go down 1-2-3, which was by far the quickest and quietest offensive inning for Harwich tonight. And we go to the fifth, still 11-3 Harwich here at Whitehouse Field and here on Cape League TV.
The Cape Cod Baseball .com.
Back here, Whitehouse Field, 11-3. Mariners over the Commodores, and it's the top of the 5th inning, which means it's Harwich Mariner trivia time, and we've got a good one tonight. Obviously, it's baseball time, the summer ball everywhere, MLB in action. Basketball season just ended. I'm a Knicks fan myself, so big time on that. Knicks brought home their first championship since '73. But the question there on your screen, which active NBA player played for the Harwich Mariners? Of course, it's very timely NBA news this offseason. There's the player on the screen.
Why do I know who that is, but I
that is
can't
tough.
tell
Okay.
you who that is?
I'm in the same boat right now. I'm in the same exact boat. Looks so familiar.
What's funny is how a big, like 6'5" starter that could be the tallest guy on a baseball team is casually a point guard or shooting guard on an NBA roster.
Exactly.
So it can't be a big man unless we've had a 6'10" right-hander to come out of here.
Who is that? Is that like...
Leading off the top of the
I have a
fifth for
guess.
Falmouth from Maryland, the second baseman, number 18.
Should we know who that is?
Conus.
Sawyer said we should before the game. He said we should know who it is. Here's the hitter, Ty Conus, the leadoff man for Falmouth. Pitch from Matushat is upstairs. He said we should know who it is. I'm really wondering who this is. If you think you know who it is, make sure to tweet at us.
I think it's Photoshop. NBA player playing for the Mariners. These are two sports that really don't go hand in hand.
Yeah. Pitch is a strike. I mean, you know, you got
the Kyler Murrays of the world.
the Kyler Murrays. You got, you know, I mean, Michael Jordan.
Of course.
1-1. Swung on, a high fly ball to center. Garrity's there. Backs up and he makes the grab. I really want to get this. I want to get
So
this
do I.
badly.
Because I would argue that I have some serious NBA knowledge. So do you, Milo.
I think I'm up there too, and you know, he looks really familiar. I just don't know who it is.
From Miami, center fielder, number 14, Fabio Peralta.
Fabio Peralta steps up. Pitch home. Breaking ball, nice one there for Matushat to strike.
Yeah, that's a good-looking pitch from Brian.
I don't know, like Damian Lee popped into my mind. Damian Lee, who used to play for the Warriors, and I'm looking over at Sawyer to try to get a reaction. 0-1. Fly ball left field. Hotchkiss, the left fielder. Peltier, the third baseman there in foul territory, and he makes the play. Nice job by JP. There's 2 quick outs.
Where the heck did you find Damian Lee from?
I thought he looked familiar to Damian Lee.
I mean, we could play process of elimination. We're going to have a lot of baseball.
Process of
currently
elimination?
In the sense of maybe we cut out the guys who never played baseball. So we start thinking NBA players who have a baseball background.
Okay, NBA players with a
From Louisville,
baseball
the designated
background. But, like,
hitter, number
I mean,
26,
yeah, if you're
Jimmy
picturing the
Nugent.
Cape, you've got, you know, you're pretty serious.
Right.
Probably a D1 guy.
You played in college.
You played in college. Here's the pitch to Nugent. That's got in the air. Foul territory. Jones gives it a look, but no play. Nugent 0 for 1, a strikeout. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. I mean, Luke,
Pat Connaughton of the Milwaukee
no.
Bucks.
Did you see the picture?
I understand, but I'm naming guys.
Okay.
Pitched at Notre Dame at a 1.71 ERA. He's an NBA champion.
He is with the Bucks.
Um,
Definitely not Pat Connaughton, though. Oh, my.
this is why
Sawyer.
AI was invented.
Let's get the picture up after this next pitch. Here's the 0-2. Down in the dirt. Can we get the picture up? Who is that? One, two. Swing and a miss. Nugent down on strikes. And another really smooth 1-2-3 frame for Matushat and the Mariners. 11-3 Harwich over the Commodores, but the bigger task at hand, finding out the answer to this trivia question. We'll keep digging on the other side right here on Cape League TV.
Baseball Clinic is back for the 2026 season. Cape Cod Baseball League.
Back here at Whitehouse Field, fans taking in the action. Got the little kids out, school's out here in the summer. In the outfield, sitting on the lawn chairs. Isn't that nice?
Looks like my crowd out there.
There you go, Luke.
Hanging out.
Feel free.
Guy's got the U Miami shirt going here for Fabio Peralta.
I can
He's
hold
playing
it down.
center field.
He is playing center field. Remember, they're talking to him out there. 11-3 Mariners over the Commodores. Here
That's
with,
a spot.
yeah. In the
Leading
shadows.
off the bottom of the
Up
fifth
the
inning
hill.
for Harwich from Cal Poly.
Lights
the
are on
second
here at
baseman,
Whitehouse
number
Field.
12, Nate
And it's
Castellano.
2, 3, and 4 in the Mariner lineup. Castellone to begin. Still thinking about this trivia question. Mariner player who played in the NBA. Trying to get some hints. Got the picture. Can show it later in this inning as well. Stern on the hill pitch. Outside.
Tweet at us. We need help.
Yeah, we
Trident
need
Trivia on Twitter.
SOS. Here's the 1-0. Castellone looks at a pitch outside. He today is 2 for 2. He's scored after all 3 times he's been up at the plate. 2 singles, and he was hit by a pitch in the third. That's how he reached. Who is this? Answer. 2-0 outside. 3-0. I mean, how about Castellone, who's on the verge of reaching 4 times in 5 innings?
Peltier has a chance. Smolinski has a chance.
Couple guys. 3-0. And there it is. Castellone walks. The Mariners have the leadoff man aboard. And Nate has now been aboard 4 times tonight. It would be real impressive if he could come around to score this inning.
From Florida,
That'd be
the
4
designated
runs in
hitter,
5 innings.
Number 11.
Be a good way to
Curlin.
get settled in as a Mariner. I mean, heck, he's 5 for his first 11 at the plate now with his pair of hits to get this game going. Really good start for Castellone. We've joked about the blowout tonight, but we're seeing a lot of guys really break through tonight offensively.
Curlin broke through last night, a 3-run homer. Looks at a pitch outside. Count is 1-0. All right, Sawyer, get that picture ready after this next hitter. My dad just texted me Tyler Kolick. Chopped left side of the infield. Jeffrey's there, the third baseman, goes to second one, really at a first in time. That's a 5-4-3 double play, and just like that, there's 2 outs. I don't know if Tyler Kolick is the right answer.
I know he's not
If
the
you
right
looked at the picture, I mean, Dad, you're a Knicks fan. Let's lock in a bit here.
From
You know,
Washington,
Damian
the
Lee's
left
not a
fielder,
bad
number
guess
35,
to that picture.
Jackson.
Guess
Hopkins.
Damian Lee. Now, Sawyer's not budging on anything, so
Is he wearing Kobe's number, 24?
it might be.
There's some nice Mariner threads. I like
Yeah.
it.
The Grays. I want to get what year it is. Here's Hotchkiss. Pitch home. Downstairs.
He's currently in the NBA. That was part of the question, yeah?
Right. Yeah, he's currently in the NBA. I mean, I'm looking at Damian Lee pictures here. It's not bad. I don't think it's him.
I mean, you could just look up before you look at his picture if Damian Lee ever played baseball.
Could.
That'd be no fun, though.
Right. Hotchkiss swings and misses. All right. I'm getting to the point where I almost want to know. I mean, we'll give the answer in the 7th. So, not quite yet. Still time for you to guess. Hotchkiss outside, 2-1. Hotchkiss also having himself a nice day. Single in the first, RBI single in the second, and then a sac fly in the third. 11-3 Mariners here, bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. Pitch home. Outside. The count's 3-1. A lot of NBA news today. Kawhi Leonard back to the Raptors, where he won his championship in 2019.
Where's LeBron going?
Is it the Warriors? That would be insane. 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and Hotchkiss walks. That's his 3rd time aboard tonight. LeBron goes back to the Warriors. I mean, this is...
Back to the Warriors?
Not back to the Warriors, to the Warriors.
From Kansas State,
This
the
is a
shortstop,
predicament for a
22,
lot of people because you have the
Tyler
LeBron
Smolensky.
fans, who obviously, if you're a LeBron fan, you were a Cleveland guy, and all those championships that the two teams played against each other. I mean, what are you going to do?
I think he's going to go to Miami.
Back to Miami.
Because he went back to Cleveland. He hasn't gone back to Miami.
No, he is not.
Eric Spoelstra is still there. Giannis is there. They traded their whole team to get Giannis, so I'm sure his son Bronny can hop on that jet with him and join the team. I'm sure that's part of the contract.
If it's Bam and Giannis and
Bron?
LeBron, I mean, talk about a big three with some size.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be no paint. It'd just be them.
It would just be them out there. Tyler Hero went to the Bucks in that trade, so point guard gone. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a high drive deep to right field. Slanker back. He has room, and that ball is off the wall. He lost it in the lights. Hotchkiss around third. He touches home. Smolensky with a triple. First triple of the year for the Mariners, and it's 12-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Slanker lost that in the lights here at Whitehouse Field.
Inexcusable, but we've seen it happen, Milo. And those are the worst for the pitchers because it actually
From Wright
is
State,
ruled
the
a
third
triple.
baseman, number
Yep.
13,
Slanker was
JP
shifted towards
Peltier.
right center field. So it was a long run for him to get that ball that was, somewhat down the line. But while he was running over there, he kept looking around saying, I don't know where it is. Someone help me out. Well, there's no one over there down the right field line. That's not a position.
Here's Peltier. Pitch home. Downstairs, JP. 5 RBIs. 2 for 2. A walk. I mean, he's putting together a quite the night. If he brings home Smolensky here, that would be his 6th RBI of the day. 1-0. Outside. And it's 2-0. What a game it's been for Harwich.
Come on, JP. I want to see the 6th RBI. Why not 7? Put one over the fence.
2-0 from Stern. Here's the pitch. Foul back. And it's 2-1. JP wants it.
Hanging breaking ball.
Mariners beat Falmouth 13-0. First meeting of the season. Now it's 12-3 here at Whitehouse. That first game between these two was at Falmouth. Counts 2-1 on Peltier. Here's the pitch. Outside. 3-1.
You look at Stern out of the bullpen. He's issued now 4 walks. But the issue is he's given up just 1 hit, Milo, and I don't really consider that triple from Smolensky a hit. That's a fly ball to right.
Yeah, I mean,
When
the
he's
ball was
put
almost
it in
gone.
the zone,
Yeah.
He's been good. He's turned a double play. He struck out Garrity. It's just when it's not been in the zone, it's been free.
3-1 to Peltier. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 3-2.
And I have a lot of mercy for the pitchers out there tonight because we went through this Tom Augusta adventure already. I mean, that strike zone is as tight as it may look. It's probably tighter than it looks.
Payoff pitch on its way from Stern. Here's the offering. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Peltier goes down. He's retired for the first time this evening. But the Mariners tack on another. It's 12-3 Harwich now. 1 hit, 1 man left on base. As we take a step aside here at Whitehouse Field and on Cape League TV.
Eastern Pro.
Start of the 6th here at Whitehouse Field, brought to you by Netting Pros Stadionic. They're the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. 12-3 Mariners over the Commodores here, top of the 6th. Alongside Luke Brenneman on Milo Hoffman. It's been all Mariners here at Whitehouse Field. The trivia question was, back in the 5th, which active NBA player played for the Harwich Mariners? The hit, he was an NBA champion. So if you've been tuned in, we've been looking at a picture that our producer Sawyer
It's Pat Connaughton.
pulled
I
up
know
for us.
it.
It's not Pat Connaughton. That is not Pat Connaughton.
It is. It
No, it's
actually
not.
is. I'm telling you, that is Pat Connaughton.
There is no way that's Pat Connaughton.
That is my guess.
All right.
He's an NBA champion.
Leading off the top of the
He
6th
did
inning for
play
the
for the
Commodores.
Mariners.
My guess is Damian Lee.
From Mississippi
My guess is
State,
he's
the
also an
shortstop,
NBA
number
champion with the
25,
Warriors.
Ryder Woodson.
Those are our guesses.
That's Pat Connaughton.
Not Pat Connaughton.
I nailed it.
Stay tuned to the 7th where we give away the answer.
We should just give it away.
Ryder Woodson looks at a strike from Madison.
It's not like this is sponsored.
All right. We're going to put up the answer. Sawyer, put it on the screen.
Drum roll, please.
Let's end the suspense.
Bang!
Pat Connaughton? Are you serious?
That is Pat Connaughton
Wow.
from Arlington, Massachusetts.
Wow. All right.
That's what I'm here for.
Here's the 0-2. Looping ball to center field. That dunks in for a base hit. Wow. Pat Connaughton. You know what?
Well,
I
you
guess,
got.
I guess the more that I look at it, it is Pat Connaughton.
You got Schlittler when we asked about.
get
That was the
Schlittler,
first
yeah.
one we did.
Yeah.
From
And I don't think
Michigan,
I've
third
gotten one
baseman,
yet.
number
All right, so
6,
we're 1 and
Braden
1.
Jeffries.
1-1.
All
Yeah,
right. The other
I'll take-
ones, these are the ones we've really answered.
Yeah, the other ones have kind of been past our time.
The other ones we haven't necessarily gotten or, given much time. Flied back, foul by Braden Jeffries. Look at that. Proud of you. Kids on the fence here trying to get in on the action.
No, literally.
Jeffries,
I mean, that's a strike.
that's close.
That is right there.
No cigar from Thomas Augusta, the home plate umpire. Yeah, kids want to play. Why not? I mean, it's 12-3 Mariners here at Whitehouse. Everyone trying to get in on the action. Who knows? You put them in the ball game, maybe they pick up a hit. Gorgeous night. Matoshat eating up innings on the hill for the Mariners. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Good crowd on hand. People bring their blankets here, chairs here. Great place to catch a ball game. 1-2. Outside. I can't believe you got Pat Connaughton. I really can't. I feel like my ball knowledge now is being put to the test.
All right, so here's the story on Connaughton, though. So at Notre Dame, talked about his ridiculous 1.71 ERA as a sophomore. He was a heck of a basketball player there.
Yeah.
But he is the only active NBA player who was a legitimate Division I college pitcher and Major League draft pick. He was even considered a serious baseball prospect before choosing basketball full-time. And when he played here in 2013, he made 2 starts, went 1-1, gave up 1 run in just 9 innings.
There's a walk, and now Falmouth has first and second. Yeah, I mean, he had 10 strikeouts here on the Cape in 9 innings.
But if you question Connaughton playing here, the confusion comes because the
From
Notre
Houston,
Dame
the first
athletic
baseman, number
department
12,
and several
Riley
websites
Jackson.
state that Connaughton pitched for the Mariners in 2013. But if you look up the Harwich Mariners roster in 2013, he's not on it. But he was here. I mean, that 2013 team had Ian Happ on it.
Who was an answer to one of our trivia questions, by the way.
Aaron Bummer, big league pitcher.
Yeah.
Derek Fisher,
Yeah.
played for the Astros, many other teams.
A computer screen now is just Pat Connaughton everywhere. Can't believe it. Good on you, Luke. 0-1. Outside. 1-1.
Those Notre Dame guys, they can do it all. They're smart.
You put Pat Connaughton on the hill tonight. Maybe he rack up a few strikeouts.
Maybe put down a few more Mariners. I mean, everybody's gotten on tonight.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
It's kind of a shot for Falmouth here, though. First 2 reach, nobody out. No action in the Harwich bullpen. Matoshat kind of on an island. Go eat up some innings. I'm sure Harwich would love a mercy rule tonight. Get out of here in 7.
Pitch home. Downstairs. Right now there's 2 players in the Mariner lineup that have not recorded hits. Cade Kurland, the DH, he's batting third. He's 0 for 4. And Ryan Garrity, who does have 2 walks, is 0 for 1. Kurland, the only hitter to not reach tonight for the Mariners. By the way, he's the guy who hit the 3-run homer yesterday. Big blast. Pitch home. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jackson. And there's 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. The Mariners still hold a 12-3 lead.
Matoshat
From Central
had his
Florida,
punch-out stuff so
catcher
far tonight.
number
His
20,
3rd strikeout.
Dallas Brooks.
Yeah, Matoshat is coming in with the K's. He had just 1 entering tonight.
It's really a contact pitcher. Chance for a double play ball here.
That would do wonders for this Mariners team. That's outside. And the count is 1-0 on Dallas Brooks, the catcher. Mariners trying to go for back-to-back wins. Yesterday they beat Wareham for the 2nd time this season. Slasher down the left field line. Cooper Wall started the day for the Mariners on the hill. He went 2 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts for the new Georgia Bulldog, who played last season at Florida and the season prior at Hawaii. Pitch home. Strike. And it's 1-2.
You think of college experiences. All I know is Bloomington, Indiana for college.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a 6'5" right-hander worth a bunch of money, but I mean, to go to 3 schools in 3 years is quite crazy. I mean, he's a San Diego kid.
Yeah, and he's bouncing around, and now, I mean,
So you start at Hawaii. I mean, that's an easy flight from San Diego, but it's still Hawaii.
still overseas.
Right. And then you go all the way to
Florida.
Gainesville.
Yeah.
That's probably a culture shock.
Chopper, second base side. Curlin's there, flips to Smolinski. There's one. He bobbled it, and they're still caught him out. So a 4-6 force. And the runner, Brooks, reaches first, and Woodson advances to third on the play. So now Falmouth has the corners with one out in the top of the sixth. They trail 12-3. I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable. And then in the summer, when most people go home,
Now
he's
in
here in
Cape Cod.
Harwich.
And then he's going to Athens,
That's a strike,
which is just also Florida's biggest rival.
right? Hawaii to Florida to Georgia. Sprinkling a stop at Harwich on the way. 0-1. Inside. Brian Matushat. He's on the move from Sacred Heart to FAU. Committed on June 26th, 4 days ago. Here's the pitch. Chopper to Curlin, second baseman, gloves at the head, fires the first in time. And that'll do it here in the top of the sixth. So there's 2 outs, and the Mariners still hold a 12-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the inning here at Whitehouse Field. Don't go anywhere.
Dune Boutique.
Stanford.
Your attention, please.
Back
Now
here at
pitching
Whitehouse
for
Field
Falmouth
as we head to
from
the bottom
Stanford,
of the
number
sixth.
31,
Ben Reimers on the hill for Falmouth. Pitches his college ball at Stanford, a rising senior. Trying to shut down the Mariners, which has been a tough task so far tonight. 12-3, Harwich on top. Sean James starts out the inning for
Leading off the bottom of the sixth
Harwich.
for Harwich from Mississippi State, the catcher, number 5, Sean
It'll be
James.
7, 8, and 9 in the Mariner lineup. James tonight is 1 for 2. Reimers deals downstairs. Has an interesting windup. Kind of does a full crouch on the mound. Squats down a few times, very twitchy, and fires. Strike. So it is 1-1 on James, the Mississippi State catcher. It's got to feel good for the Mariners. Just a demolition here tonight. James nubs one right side of the infield. Conus is there, gloves, and flips the first in time. And there's one gone.
Nice play from Conus. On the run, when you get really up close to the first baseman, sometimes you see guys, go for the underhand pitch, but then sometimes you see him spike it at him because it's such a short distance. It's hard to throw the ball soft. He made that look really easy.
Conus has been a talented player all season for Falmouth. One of 3 remaining games in action tonight. Wareham over Orleans right now in the bottom of the 8th, 2-0. As the pitch to O'Leary is a strike. Hyannis is beating Katuitt 5-3 in the middle of the 9th inning. So Katuitt trying to shut down, or that game should be over actually. Pitch home, swing and a miss. 0-2.
And this is kind of getting hot.
Yeah.
They won yesterday against Falmouth. 11 hits tonight. They had 10 last night.
Brewster beat Bourne earlier today, 10-7 and 8. Whitey tied Chatham. Yeah, the
Just
East.
stepping on the West.
0-2. Inside. This is an East and West battle tonight. Falmouth came into the evening in 2nd place in the West with a record of 6-7 and 1. They've lost 2 in a row. Bourne at the top of that division at 6-5 and 3. Now they're 6-6 and 3. No team is over 500 in that division. Whereas you look at the East, and there are 4 teams over 500. I mean, the division difference this season has just been unbelievable.
Harwich is 7-2 against the West this summer.
Outside with the off speed, and the count is 2-2.
So 8 wins in 10 games if they can hold on to a 9-run lead tonight against the West. That starts to, make sense that if Falmouth loses tonight and Bourne already lost, there's no longer a team that is 500.
Yep.
Or above 500. Bourne fell to 500. They're 6-6 and 3
Yeah,
now.
no. I mean, no one's above 500.
Brewster's coming though.
Brewster's now 9 and 5 on the summer. They're hoping Harwich loses. Swing and a miss. O'Leary down on strikes, and there's 2 gone. Mariners haven't seen Brewster yet this season. First game against the Whitecaps is on July 3rd, and then they go back-to-back against the Whitecaps on July 4th right here at Whitehouse Field. That'll be a 4:30 start. Make sure to come out to the ballpark. So it's a lot of Brewster in the second half of this season after not seeing them at all here in the month of June. Ryan Garrity, the hitter, he swings a hard ground ball, shortstop side, high hop on Woodson. He gloves, fires, not in time. It gets by the first baseman, Jackson, but Garrity stays put at first. Wonder how they'll score that. Garrity's still looking for his first hit tonight. He's been aboard twice via 2 walks.
Look at this. The shortstop Woodson
From Boston College,
kind of
the right
wipes
fielder,
out
number
on
4,
the play.
Colin
He fielded
Larson.
it on the backhand.
Yeah.
But then when he went to plant his feet, I'm honestly impressed that he got the ball over there to first base. He gave the first baseman, Jackson, a shot at picking it.
He did. He reacted nicely. Pitch home is a strike. Garrity runs, and he's there with no throw. Garrity now has 8 stolen bases on the season. Didn't give Garrity the hit there. Pitch home. Larson lashes one deep to left center field. Peralta back, but the left fielder Reebok is there to make the grab. And he flips into the stands, and that does it here in the bottom of the 6th. 12-3 Mariners over the Commodores as we head to the 7th here on Cape League TV.
a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery.
Cape Space, Bridgewater State University, Franklin Sports,
Top of the
Wilson
seventh
Sporting Goods,
here at Whitehouse
the
Field.
Yankee
It's been
Foundation,
all Mariners
the
tonight.
Baldwin Group,
12-3
Badger
the
Sports,
score. Harwich
Falmouth
over
Publishing
Falmouth.
Company, Butler Sporting Goods,
Alongside
Cape
Luke Brenneman on
Destinations,
Milo Hoffman.
Sunderland Printing,
So Brian
and of
Matuschat
course,
on the
thank
hill
you to Major League
for the
Baseball
Mariners.
For over 50 years
He's
of
been
support.
gobbling up innings on the hill today for Harwich. He's already pitched 3 1/3. So trying to go over 4 innings out of the pen. Still nobody warming up in the Mariner
Leading off the
bullpen.
top of the 7th inning for Falmouth, from Baylor, the left fielder number 5, Pearson Reebok.
Pearson Reebok, the number 9 hitter in the Falmouth lineup. 9-1-2 due up for the visitors. Reebok, the lefty, digs in. And Matuschat fires. Outside and high, and the count's 1-0. Matuschat's looked real good so far. 3 1/3, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Command has been good. 1-0. Ground ball up the middle, right back to Matuschat. He gloves and flips the first in time. And there's one gone.
Quick reflexes from Brian Matuschat. I think he just saved his sternum, a ball in the gut, but that was a
From
really
Maryland,
nice
the
play.
second baseman,
I
number
always think that those
18,
are such
Ty
underrated plays
Conis.
because when you actually walk onto a baseball field, you see how tall some of the hills are. The mounds are a couple feet above the ground when they're coming down with all their momentum. All these guys are north of 6 feet tall. And the ball comes right back at you. There's, 3-4 feet of room there.
That's a strike to Ty Conis. Yeah, I mean, that's why you do PFPs early on in the season. You see in the big leagues, spring training, PFPs are the first thing that the pitchers do. For moments like that, Conis watches a strike on the outside corner. Matuschat did well on that chance. Obviously, there's always the old argument, are pitchers athletes, Sometimes they don't like to make the plays out on the field. Matuschat showed he's an athlete there. Conis showed that he lines out to second base. Right into the glove of Nate Castellon, the second baseman, and Conis is retired. And now there's 2 gone.
Good footwork there by Castellon. He looks smooth over there.
From
It's the first
Miami,
time
the
we've
center
seen him at
fielder,
second
number
base this summer.
14, Fabio Peralta.
And Castellon played a lot of shortstop at Cal Poly, played a lot of shortstop in his first couple of games here with the Mariners. Now there's 2 gone, and it's Fabio Peralta, the Miami kid. And he swings and misses.
Mercy rule starting to come into effect a little bit.
If the Mariners tack on 1 more in the bottom of the 7th without giving up any more runs here in this inning, that'll be a walk-off mercy rule win for Harwich. 10 runs after 7. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Now, it's probably easier to attack the zone as much as Matuschat has tonight with a 9-run advantage, but we've seen this from him all summer. I think tonight has just really been his best stuff.
He's had full control. Trying to go 1-2-3 again. Upstairs.
He's given up just 1 hit, only 1 walk. And he went 7 in a row. 7 up, 7 down before giving up the hit, and then since then, he's now put the last 5 away.
1-2. Downstairs in the dirt. Gets back to the fence. Yeah, Matachat has been really good. This is exactly what you want in a game like this. You don't want to use anyone else, any more pitchers than you have to. And Matachat has pitched 4 innings to this point. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. High fly to center. Garrity charges in, and he makes the play to retire the side. Matachat pumps his fist as he walks off the mound. What a day it is, and has been for the new FAU kid. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Mariners trying to walk us off here at Whitehouse Field. Mercy Rule style, right here on Cape League TV.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the pop.
Back here at Whitehouse Field, and shout out Declan O'Hara, brother of Grace O'Hara, member of our Harwich Mariners media intern team. He's stepping in, and he is running a camera. Why not? Why not? Look at Declan getting all the nice shots tonight of beautiful Whitehouse Field. There's his shot. Castellon walking up to the dish. It looks perfect. Declan, maybe I see a future in photography and working the cameras here in the baseball game. Join our team.
You don't get paid much.
Pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and the count's 0-1.
Shout out to all of our media crew. Andrew Raber does a great job on the cameras night in and night out. Anders Sailing, he's our boss.
There's a strike, 0-2.
Lily got the first hit live of the summer today. Stay tuned for those. Sideline reporter will be tapping in just about every home game.
Swing and a miss. Castellon down on strikes. Throw over to first. Leah Combe with all the Instagram posts and
that beautiful
graphics
that you see of us as caricatures on the radio.
It's one of the best sights on the Cape. Look at us up here.
Number 11, Kate
Wow.
Kurland.
I love this. Sawyer, producer, pressing all the right buttons, run the ship.
And the Mariners doing their thing.
Kurland looks at a pitch downstairs. Mariners trying to walk it off tonight. Kurland trying to pick up his first hit. He's 0 for 4. A walk-off for him would really complete it. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Pitcher on the hill for Falmouth is Kason Murphy. Rising junior who pitches at Louisville. Lefty on the hill. Where's the number 9? Pitch home is a strike, and it's 1-2. (12-3) Mariners. A run here in this inning would walk off Falmouth via the mercy rule. 1-2. High fly down the right field line, twisting foul, and the first baseman Jackson does not have a play. 1-2's the count, one gone, bottom 7. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, and the count's 2-2. Yesterday, Curlin hit a 3-run homer to left. That was his first home run, first couple of RBIs for the Mariners. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Curlin down on strikes. And there's now 2 outs.
From Washington, the left fielder, number 35, Jackson Hotchkiss.
So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kason Murphy. And now it's Jackson Hotchkiss up. Pitch home. Breaking ball misses inside. And the count is 1-0. Hotchkiss so far today. He has a single. Another single pitch is downstairs. A sac fly and a walk. He's scored 3 times. 2 RBIs. Nice night for the new ASU product. 2-0. That's inside. Ball number 3. Ty Smolinski awaits on deck. Outside ball 4, and Hotchkiss walks for the second time tonight. And now the Mariners have a runner on first here with Ty Smolinski up.
From Kansas State,
The 9th
the shortstop,
Mariner walk tonight.
number 22,
They've been hit
Tyler
by a pitch
Smolinski.
twice. And you pair that up with 11 hits as a team. A couple extra base hits, home run from Peltier. That's how you put yourself in a chance for a mercy rule.
Pitch to Smolinski. Downstairs. So the count is 1-0, 1 tie. He homered yesterday. Today he was hit by a pitch in the first, walked in the second, walked in the third, and then hit an RBI triple in the 5th. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Swung out of his shoes there.
I mean, we've seen comebacks in the Cape League. I think the best one of the summer happened last night at Stony Brook Field.
Yeah, 8-1.
Brewster was down on Chatham. That was a big win for the sake of the East Division, too.
1-1, runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. You look at Carl Rodriguez right there. The umpire was staring Hotchkiss down.
I don't know if he was playing the... Well, if I call him out, it might speed the game up. But at the same time, if he scores, the game's over. Maybe playing that in his head right now.
It all went through his head in the span of 3 seconds. 1-2. Just misses. That one looked like it was right there. And it looked like home plate umpire Thomas Augusta almost brought his hand to his chest there, saying, my bad on that one. Not sure. That's what it looked like from our vantage point. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. 12-3 Mariners. Pitch. There's strike 3 called. A nice curveball from the pitcher Murphy, and that does it here in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 8th. 12-3 Mariners over the Commodores here on a beautiful Tuesday night at Whitehouse Field.
Start of the 8th inning here in Harwich. Mariners 12, Commodores just 3. Let's take a look at scores across the Cape, presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. Wareham and Orleans in a battle right now. It's 2-0 Gateman, bottom of the ninth, but Orleans has the leadoff man aboard with nobody out. Those are both teams at the bottom of each respective division, trying to get something going. Brewster, they beat Bourne in 8 innings, 10-7 at Stony Brook Field. Brewster, their offense is red hot. They're now 9-5 on the summer. Chatham and YD, the game of the night, a 6-6 tie. Chatham 11 hits, YD 10. YD just doesn't lose.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning.
And Hyannis beats Katuitt. Hyannis improves to 6-9 on the summer, a 5-3 win behind 11 Harbor Hawk hits. It's 12-3 here, top of the 8th. New arm in for the M's is Ryan Taff out of Siena. Here's Jimmy Nugent. First pitch called a strike, 0-1. Nugent is 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts, was hit by a pitch in the third, came around to score. Only 4 hits tonight for the Commodores. They've been shut down. 0-1, wave and a miss. That was a wicked slider that time from Taff. The pitching has been arguably just as good as the Mariner bats. Cooper Walls starts off his Harwich career 2 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 3. 0-2 pitch. That's outside. Then it was Brian Matishat for the last 4 1/3 of 1 hit, no run baseball. Struck out 3, walked just 1. That was Matishat's best outing of the summer. He's one of those guys that the more volume he gets, he continues to get better and better, as in the deeper into games, maybe the longer the outing out of the bullpen. He started here last summer. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Taft calls on that slider again and puts down Nugent on strikes, his 3rd K of the night. Taft comes in with a punch out here to start the 8th.
A nice slider there from Taft. Down and away and fully fool
From
Nugent.
Mississippi State, the
He's
shortstop,
been swinging and
number
missing all night.
25, Ryder Woodson.
Ryder Woodson up, 1 out, nobody on. He's 1 for 3. Woodson out of Mississippi State. Takes the first pitch in the dirt. So tomorrow night we'll be on the road after back-to-back games here at home. We're headed up the Cape to Orleans. First look over there on the road at Orleans. 1-0. Poke the other way. O'Leary on the chase. He can't get there. A big turn from Woodson at first, but he puts on the brakes. Just hit him in the head to throw in. So Woodson gets his 2nd knock of the night. He's had a solid night.
From
Not many
Michigan,
Commodores
third
can
baseman,
say the
number
same.
6, Braden Jeffries.
That fastball kind of just ate him up, but able to turn it into a spot in right center field.
Almost hit him. Maybe it did.
It's also almost out. Ball was caught. Here's Braden Jeffries. First pitch. Called a strike. Jeffries making his Cape League debut, and he's had a fantastic night. He's 2 for 2, pair of singles, RBI single in the 3rd. Came around to score after his hit in the 2nd inning. He's been the Falmouth offense. 0-1, jam shot foul. He's down 0-2. He also walked in the 6th, though has gotten on base all 3 tries tonight. Maybe you could expect it. Big season at Michigan, 355 hitter, 43 runs batted in. But that's something to be excited about. You join a team, nobody really knows who you are. Not many Big Ten guys on this Falmouth team. And yeah, 12-3, not ideal when you look up at the scoreboard here in the 8th, but he's had a good night. 0-2, spoiled away. Jeffrey's staying alive. Taff out of the bullpen, fastball, slider, changeup. Fastball touches 91 at its peak. Slider and change in the mid to low 80s. 0-2 pitch. Down and in. 1-2. Next up for Falmouth, the number 1 seeded YD Red Sox at 6 o'clock. That's over there in Falmouth.
It's a tough stretch for the Commodores.
You play the number 2 team in the East, Harwich, who's already beaten you 13-0. And the Mariners lead 12-3 here tonight. And then you go and play a team that's 2-0 against the Mariners.
Yep.
Team that's 2-0 about just about everyone. 1-2, Sky down the left field line. Hotchkiss is there. Second out of the 8th. So the Mariners put Jeffries down for the first time tonight.
Yeah, he's been really good to start off his Falmouth career and Cape League career. Started this summer in the Northwoods.
From Houston,
now coming over to the CCBL.
12, Riley Jackson.
Here's Riley Jackson. Jackson's 0 for 2. Has a walk and a strikeout. New University of Kentucky transfer has gotten a big taste of J.P. Peltier tonight, his new teammate. Peltier transferring from Wright State, Jackson transferring from Houston. But Lexington getting multiple Cape Leaguers in this game. It's a good sign tonight. Look at Peltier over there. He's played a sparkling third base all summer long. He had a 3-run homer earlier in this game. 0-1. That clips a corner. Taft's got his good stuff tonight. 0-2. You hope that Harwich can hold on tonight, Milo, but that would be second win in a row tonight. And then if you can do that, you go to Orleans, drop third strike, and this isn't good for Harwich. Woodson to second, and Jackson reaches on a strikeout. But go to Orleans tomorrow. You play the worst team in the East for record. They're on the verge of losing to Wareham tonight. Could be the worst record in Cape Cod.
From Central Florida,
and then you get a day off
pitcher,
before
20,
a really big
Dallas
stretch.
Brooks.
I mean, yes, it's the 4th of July weekend, and that's all the hype, the celebratory activities here on Cape Cod. But the Mariners have a home-and-home against Brewster on Friday and Saturday. And then to end 4th of July weekend, you have the Chatham A's, who are red-hot, 1-0 against the Mariners so far this summer on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, and also the off day isn't really an off day. It's Fenway Day
right.
for the players. So they're going to be still putting on gear and playing over at Fenway Park, which is always exciting.
That's batting practice and infield practice. No official game. 1-0, fastball up and away. And Brooks gets ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Jackson off of first, Woodson off of second. Mariners lead the Commodores 12-3 here in the top of the 8th. There's 2 outs, so if Taft can get out of this and the Mariners put up one more run, this game is over on the mercy rule. Foul straight back, Taft's in the count, 2-1.
Yeah, I think the schedule's worked out perfectly for Harwich. I mean, you know, right now you're on the verge of winning back-to-back. Then you play Orleans. You probably expect to win that. All of a sudden, you're winning 3 in a row going into the biggest, most important games of the year to this point. So you go in with a lot of momentum.
A win tonight could make Harwich the second team in the Cape League to 10 wins on the summer. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikes from Taft. Brooks 0 for 3 tonight. Bottom 3 in the order for Falmouth. Just a combined 1 for 9 at the plate. Slanker, who's on deck, has the lone hit. 2-2 outside. Count goes full. Runners will be in motion here. Full count, 2 outs. Speaking of win streaks, hometown Boston Red Sox are on quite the win streak right now, and a tight one against Washington. And that's 3. Taft rings up Brooks, got him looking. Second strikeout of the inning, a scoreless 8th. 1 hit, 2 left aboard, and the Mariners still lead by 9. Chance to walk it off on the mercy rule when we come back on Cape League TV. New pitcher for Falmouth, bottom of the 8th. Harwich a run away from a walk-off Mercy Rule win. And the Commodores turn to Logan Picker, the 6'4 right-hander out of West Bloomfield, Michigan. Plays collegiately at Michigan State. You see his numbers there on Cape Cod so far. Come out of the bullpen a few times. Pitched 5 innings, struck out 2, walked 2. At Michigan State this year, Picker started 4 games, appeared 23 times, a 6.48 ERA in the Big Ten, 50 innings of work. He's now pitched over 103 innings at Michigan State collegiately. It'll be Peltier, James, and O'Leary for the M's.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning
Peltier
for
has already
Harwich.
put one
From
over the
Wright
fence
State,
tonight.
the
If he
third
can do that
baseman,
here,
number
that's ball
13,
game.
J.P. Peltier.
This is now the 6th pitcher of the night for Falmouth. Their bullpen has been beat up. Jake Michalak, the starter out of Ohio State, went 1 inning, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. Then Tyler Guerin came in, went 1 inning, 3 hits, 7 runs. It's been Sturm, Reimers, Murphy, and now Picker. First pitch to Peltier. 94-mile-an-hour fastball in, ball 1. Peltier has had a monster night. 2 for 3, 5 runs batted in, a homer and a single. 1-0. That's a strike on the outer edge, 1-1. You hope that this offensive success for Harwich, 11 hits, good for 12 runs. Everybody's gotten on besides just Cade Curlin tonight, so 8 of 9 in the lineup. Continues to barrel roll into tomorrow. 1-1, bouncer up the middle, a base hit for Peltier, his 3rd of the contest. JP is 3 for 4. Take that for the slump he was in.
Let's get the best stealing base man in the league on the move here. See if we can take second, get into the scoring position
From
for the
Mississippi
Mariners.
State, the catcher, number 5, Sean James.
Sean James has had a 1 for 4 night, had a ribby single in the first, but he honestly should have 2 hits. Back in the 3rd, he lined out to center field. Fabio Peralta out there for Falmouth, laid out, made a diving catch in the gap that would have scored runs. See if James can get that hit right back here. First offering. Down and away, ball 1. Milo mentioned J.P. Peltier leads Cape Cod 11 for 11 in the stolen base department. I asked Steve Englert about that. I said, what about JP? He was talking about recruiting speed to his team. He said, well, he's a surprise. He's the best surprise because he's the best at it so far. Not on the Mariners, in the Cape League. 1-0. Cued the other way, 1-1. Peltier doesn't look like he's, inching to get over there, but he's one of those guys that's kind of sneaky about it.
I mean, up 12-3, you never know what the mentality is.
Honestly, Falmouth might just want to get this game over with, too. 1-1. Peltier goes. Pitch high and outside on one hop. The throw hits Peltier. He gets up, and he's fine at second, but he might be in a little bit of pain. It looked like that ball hit him in the left arm.
Yeah, last thing you want.
He didn't get a very good jump, but the throw was to the right side of the second base bag, and Peltier's in safely.
You're the fans saying, bring him home, bring him home.
Here's Sean James, 2-1 count, runner at second, nobody out. Harwich a run away from a victory on Tuesday night. James, bouncer up the middle, slow roller. Woodson chases, fires, and converts for the first out. But a productive out there from James and the Mariners. Peltier now just 90 feet away with 1 out.
Up, and now it's up to O'Leary. Got to get this ball in the air.
From UMass Dartmouth, UMass
Sacrifice fly.
Mariners
Mariners already have 1 sack fly today. Now would win the
Sean
game.
O'Leary.
Here's Sean O'Leary. As a ribby single back in the first inning, he's 1 for 4. Infield comes in for Falmouth. 12-3. Mariners trying to make it a 10-run game and walk things off here, Mercy Rule style, in the bottom of the 8th inning. Picker steps off.
Infield's in, obviously. Trying to track down that run at home to push this game to another inning.
O'Leary waits. First offering. Ball inside. Harwich trying to make it 2 in a row. Second team to 10 wins. Harwich comes in tonight 9-5 for record on the summer. It's been a great start for the Harwich Mariners. Steve Englert's pleased. Record's good. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. I'll never understand because I'm not a Cape League player, Milo, but I wonder how much changes in your approach when the infield comes in, when you just got to get that run across, because it's so difficult sometimes. 1-1. O'Leary bouncing ball foul. It's now 1-2. Picker trying to extend this game, get 2 more outs. A punch out from O'Leary would be the best result. Right-hander working from the stretch. Canchano end things here in Harwich. One, two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A huge strikeout for Picker. There's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, nice placed fastball there, up and in. Nothing you can really do about that.
From Northeastern, the center fielder, number 3, Ryan Garrity.
Brings up Garrity. Garrity's gotten on base 3 times tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a pair of walks. Stolen a base. Base hit here ends it. First pitch. Garrity takes low, ball 1. If the Mariners don't get the run in, well, we're playing 9 innings tonight. Would assume it would be Ryan Taft back out there on the rubber for the M's. It's Logan Picker out here right now for Falmouth. 1-0 pitch. Garrity swings and misses. 1-1.
I have fastballs. Pretty impressive from the MSU kid. I mean, it's got some zip.
Garrity trying to win it. 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's actually a hanging breaking ball that time. Back-to-back swing and miss from Ryan Garrity. Puts him down, a ball and 2 strikes. Picker trying to escape a jam. Mariners trying to win it. 2-strike pitch. That's right there. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts with a runner at third for the Mariners. Keeps this game going. We're going to play 9 tonight. Harwich 12, Falmouth 3. We'll be back for the 9th on Cape League TV. Start of the 9th inning in Harwich. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. With Milo Hoffman, I'm Luke Brenneman. We've been with you the whole way tonight. The Mariners scored 11 runs in the first 3 innings and now lead 12-3. Ryan Taft back out there trying to slam the door shut on the Commodores.
Leading off the top of the 9th inning for the Commodores from Louisville.
So many guys to give credit to. Stick around post-game tonight. of a post-game interview. A lot of guys to choose from. It's 8-9-1, due up for the Doors. Here's Ben Slanker. First pitch called a strike. Slanker, Reebok, and Konist will get at-bats here in the ninth for Falmouth. Would take quite the rally to end this thing and keep it going.
Only one other game still happening tonight. Wareham and Orleans, top of the 10th, 2-2.
Orleans tied that game down 2-0 in the bottom of the ninth inning.
I don't know if you could have more of an opposite type of game than this one here tonight at Whitehouse Field.
Theirs is a tight one. Theirs is low scoring. 1-2 pitch. Outside. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slanker 1 for 3 so far tonight. Just 5 hits for the Falmouth offense. Brian Matashat, the best pitcher of the night for Harwich. 4 1/3 of 1-hit scoreless baseball out of the pen. He pitched from the 3rd inning all the way into the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Got him on the outside corner. Called strike 3. That's Taft's 3rd strikeout in just an inning and a third out of the bullpen, and there's 1 down in the 9th.
From Baylor, the left fielder, number 5, Pearson Reebok.
Brings up Pearson Reebok, left fielder out of Baylor. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Reebok's been an everyday player for Jack Dom and the Commodores this summer. First pitch, upstairs. That's too high. Just about everybody has filed out of Whitehouse Field. A lot of the parents stick around. The scouts stick around for the most part, but they've hit the exits behind home plate. 1-0. Called a strike. It's weekday games, still pulling massive crowds, and the Mariners 2 outs away from a 10-5 start through the first 15 games of the Cape League summer. There's a reason to come out here. That missed somewhere. 2-1. Taft kicks and deals. Up high, ball 3. Steve Engler barking out orders. Can even hear it on our mics here. Telling Taft to throw strikes. Let's go. 3-1. That's up high, ball 4. 1 out walk in the 9th. Gets Reebok aboard for the first time tonight. And the lineup turns over for Falmouth.
Taft just lost in
From
there.
Maryland,
a couple fastballs
the second
that
baseman,
missed
number
the zone. There's that
18,
one that was
Ty
really
Konis.
close, not called a strike. And then after that, felt like the at-bat was going to turn. I saw the Mariners that put up a whole bunch of runs tonight. Offense feeling good.
Here's Konist, 0 for 4, the leadoff man, maybe the best hitter in this lineup. Harwich has neutralized Konist nicely tonight. He's ahead 1-0. Double play to end it. Could be a cherry on top. Get things over with in just 1 pitch. Taft still working out there. Second inning out of the bullpen. Here's the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. Top 3 in the Falmouth lineup. A combined 0 for 10 at the plate tonight. 2-0. Now 2-1. Popped up shallow center field. Garrity chasing in, Castellon going out. And Nate Castellon made the play. Harwich an out away.
You hear the fans. One more and we're done.
From Miami, the
This
center
game
fielder,
has been
number
all
14,
Mariners from the very
Fabio
start. They scored
Peralta.
4 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. After that, I mean, it was almost signed, sealed, and delivered. Cruise control ever since.
You're right. Fabio Peralta, last hope for Falmouth. First pitch, strike at the knees. 0-1. Harwich has been resilient, Milo. We talked about it at the start of the season. How do you develop a very good record in this league? Well, if you lose one, you can lose 2, but don't lose 2 in a row. I mean 3 in a row, because 3 is our streak. Yep. We said it from day one. This would be back-to-back wins for the Mariners, hunting a 3-game winning streak tomorrow on the road against Orleans. Harwich lost against Katuitt 2 days ago, bounced back nicely with a win right here yesterday over last place Wareham. And now a beat down tonight of Falmouth for the second time this summer. Harwich is now winning the battle in both runs added up of the games combined between the Commodores, 25-3 on the summer. They won 13-0 at Gov Fuller Field in the opening week of the summer. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, gets away from James, and Reebok advances to second.
Like the bullpen. The Mariner bullpen, they're all standing on the mound over there.
So they will all give a thumbs up to Ryan Taff if he records the last out.
Miguel Hugas is ready.
Two and two the count. Taff kicks and deals. Swinging strike 3. Throw down to first. That's all she wrote tonight. The thumbs up because everybody loves a Mariner victory. 12-3. Harwich beats Falmouth. The Mariners are the second team in the Cape Cod Baseball League to 10 wins on the summer. They're 10-5, and all is good at Whitehouse Field.
It was Mariners from the very start. M's are winning. 12-3 pure domination.
12,
and that's exactly
3.
what you want to see from a Harwich team
Harwich
against a
is on the road
Falmouth
for the
side
next
that
game tomorrow,
in
Wednesday,
the early
July
going,
1st,
it seems like
when they'll
they
take on the
have
Orleans
had their
Firebirds at
number.
6:30 p.m.
Very start tonight. I mean, 12
They'll be
hits,
off on the
no
second,
errors for
and
the
then
Harwich
play a
Mariners,
home and
also
home
enough for the
with
Commodores.
Brewster.
But overall,
The
excellent
Mariners are
stuff
back home on Saturday, July
from the
4th,
M's tonight.
to take on the Brewster.
Almost everyone in the lineup got the job done.
Thank you all for joining us.
All right, we're going to have a post-game interview with Luke shortly after this quick break here at Whitehouse Field. We'll step aside right here on Cape League TV. Back here at Whitehouse Field, it was a nice night to be a Mariner fan. 12-3, the final score. Harwich takes it over Falmouth. Team huddling up down the left field line in shallow left field after that brilliant win. You see a couple smiles. I mean, when you win like this and when the game goes like that, there's no reason not to smile. A beginning to end complete game from the Mariners, and Luke Brenneman is going to find his post-game interview out of one of those guys in the huddle after the Mariners take it handily over the Commodores for their second win over Falmouth this season. Falmouth huddling down the right field line. So glad you tuned in. If you stuck with us for the entirety of the show, it was a long one. But the Mariners in the end pulled out the win over the Commodores. Luke is walking over. We'll have the post-game interview in just a matter of moments. Looks like he's joined by Brian Matoshat downstairs on the field. And we'll send it down to Luke with our post-game interview. Luke?
Thanks, Milo, here with Mariner reliever Brian Matoshat. Brian, you went 4 1/3, 1 hit, scoreless baseball, just a domination over Falmouth for the second time this summer. What was working for you tonight?
I was just filling it up, just getting to my guys behind me. I mean, we got a bunch of studs on this team, so, I just got to be myself, just fill it up and, get the job done.
How nice is it coming out of the bullpen after the Mariners scored 11 runs in the first 3 innings of this game?
Yeah, it's huge. It's so much relief on my back. Like, I feel like a point guard out there just facilitating to my guys, That's all I did,
So while you were here on Cape Cod, you transferred from Sacred Heart to Florida Atlantic. What was that process like? And for the Owl Nation watching out there, what are they going to get in the new right-hander?
It was a tough process. It was fun, but, they're going to get a grinder. They're going to get a competitor. I'm ready to win over there. So, I wish I can go down there tomorrow, but let's stay up here for a little bit longer.
On Cape Cod for now, the Mariners are happy to have you. So tonight you were throwing a ton of strikes. And in a blowout, I think the crowd can appreciate that. The bench, obviously, yeah. Steve Englert loved it. What do you go to in a situation like that where it feels like the last 2 summers here you've been one of the better strike throwers on this staff?
Yeah, I'll just be myself, like I said earlier. I know filling it up is huge, keep the guys going. Like, they're hot, so I want to get them back in to hit. So, that was just kind of my goal when I went out there.
The Mariners beat Falmouth for the second time this summer, a 12-3 win tonight at Whitehouse Field. That's Brian Matoshat. Back up to you, Milo.
Thanks so much, Luke. Brian Matoshat pumped up after that interview, and he certainly did the job tonight for the Mariners. 4.1 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs. He was racking up the Ks as well. All right, that'll just about do it for us here at Whitehouse Field. Next up is Orleans tomorrow at Eldridge Park. First time the Mariners are taking the trip there. We'll have all of that coverage for you right here on Cape League TV. But until then, for my producer, Sawyer Goldwine, sideline reporter Lily Reisenweber, and my partner Luke Brenneman, I'm Milo Hoffman saying so long, everyone, and enjoy your night. Go Mariners.